Hello, everybody. How's it going? Kieferoy in snatching up first. Let's see. Kieferoy, Linky, Aaron, hello. There's a rando. Excuse me. Dying. I'm trying out some new commands today, so just be warned if there's some scuff. Be prepared for it. Be prepared for it. It's on Have Your Phone Up, sorry. I don't think my Twitch alerts even went out that fast. Like, everything was delayed so bad. It's kind of crazy. I don't know. It was weird. It's probably because my internet is kind of shitty today. It's super overcast. Stress test. Well, it's mostly raiders. When raiders come in, Frosty usually does a good job of like shouting them out and everything, but I want to try to get everything more into Mix It Up. I have so much shit going on in so many different places, so I'm trying to move away from Frosty Bot and put most everything in to Mix It Up. So I have some raid messages planned for any raiders we might get today. I also have timers for ads now in chat instead of just, you know, me having to do it. So hopefully those will come up when they need to. We'll see. What else? Yeah, it's nothing. Honestly, it's nothing that I can really stress test because I totally would have been like, hey, break this thing. But there's nothing to break today. Oh no, egg! We have to talk about the Hunger Games tournament. Apparently the one that we normally use is not online anymore. I don't know why. I couldn't find anything about why it was like basically turned off. You might hear my dogs bark. There's somebody coming up. So I had to go on a search today to find like we has been scammed. I'm so sad. No, we're still doing it. I did manage to find one. I don't know how it's going to go because I haven't been able to test it well. It might be funny. It might be better. It might be worse. I have no idea. We won't know until we do it, you know? So I just wanted you to be prepared. It might be stupid. I have no idea. One of my gripes with it is because it's on GitHub. It's a GitHub one. It is it only lets me do, like, there's no they, them pronouns. It's just male or female, which is kind of a gripe with me, but like, whatever. Not the biggest thing. Also, I can't add, icons or anything. It's just text, which makes me sad. So, if anybody knows any programmers, I might be able to save up to pay somebody to do a custom one, because I think a custom one would be fine. It would be kind of fun. Hey, you get off the bed, Sylvana. Turd. Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm really sad about it. So I might try to see if there's like a better one out there somewhere that allows for that stuff. But I just want like the little Hunger Games thing that we do, the little tournament. I just need somebody to be able to make it so that it looks nice, has an icon, and lets me put in custom events and shit, you know. Yeah. So if anybody knows anybody that would be able to do that or anything like that, like, I would like to be able to. It would just be really fun to have like a custom tournament one. Because then I don't have to keep calling it the Hunger Games tournament, because like it's the Hunger Games, but like it's not. I would just like it to be called the tournament. Yeah, but I got a schedule. Yeah, it's basically a battle royale fight for my entertainment. A battle KO? Battle KO? Okay, anyway. Oh, yeah, this would probably have to be something, like, fairly substantial. Give me 1 second here. Really, Sabana? No, stop! Okay, let's see. Gonna close that. Okay, an Eskimo! It's been forever. What you been up to? I thought you died. Welcome in, how's it going? Yep, you come in, press all the buttons, ring all the dings, it's fine. I see. Hold on, and give the dogs a bone, and then I gotta stretch. Okay, give you one. Oh, sorry, Savannah. Boop. Ugh, okay.
Who was the most famous skeleton detective? Sherlock Bones.
I hope you guys heard that one. Hold on. My music is like gone. Oh, that's right. I think I turned it off a while ago. Sound alerts. Oh, I guess it's not even on this one. What the fuck? What happened to my music? Oh, did I hide? I hid it, that's why. Oh, I didn't. Starting overlay. Wait, what the fuck is going on? Hold on, my music is gone and I don't know why. Oh, there we go. I did kind of hide it. I might have died on the inside a little bit with work and travel for work, but I managed. Sorry, we're doing good. We've been doing a lot of yap lately. Sylvana, get off the bed. My God, this dog. It is the start of a new month. Spooky Sushi was the recipient of our little raid raffle for a sub. We are about to do the tournament for 4 things. Hold on. Let me get this going real quick. But also, like, you're not allowed to, like, leave and die. That's against the rules. Heavily discouraged. Heavily discouraged. Hello? Oh, yeah. Helps if I can, get this up there. Let's do it over here for now. You might not be able to read or see this, I'm not gonna lie. It's like really small. Is it for a crisp high five to the face of the nail-ridden 2x4? No, actually there's a good chance you might just die in the tournament, so, you know. You might get that anyway, just for participating. If that's your thing. I don't, you know. I ain't gonna do it. You can get a high five and some spite. We're just waiting a little bit for people to kind of trickle in. People trickle in and do the things. I might actually have to move myself, I'm not gonna lie. Hold on. I might have to be over here. Hidden in the shadows. So my brain is tired of my filter disappears. Some more unhinged thoughts. Oh god. How dare you? How dare anybody be unhinged in this stream? Here we go. Oh. Got some head pets. High quality head pets coming in. Oh, okay. I think that might be too much actually. Okay. You can see me okay. Close enough. Fine. Okay, and now we just wait for people to trickle in. We are still doing our Monday stuff. I'm just streaming very early today. If I get done with this really early, we'll just probably gab until Cat gets ready. And we might actually stream the story stuff early today because Kit decided that she was gonna read 10 million, or write 10 million stories worth of stuff today over the weeks, whatever. Her story is like 8,000 words long. Like, Kit, woman, that's so much. So we're gonna take a little bit extra time to read her stuff. Mine's only like 3,600 words, so it's not nearly as long. Although it will probably take up the entire stream to read both of our stories, so that is kind of why starting a little early today. Hello, Chris. Let's see. So we got that. We're just waiting. I'll probably wait till like 6:30. We can wait till 6:30 and it should be fine. Oh. Bulge. Bulgage. How dare. Oh, give me 1 second. Oh, so how are you guys doing today? Hope you're doing okay. Yeah, I know. I am probably gonna leave it. There is no, like... There's no they, them, or anything. And I was like... I kind of just want to leave it to the default. It was making me mad, because there's only male or female. So I was like... Actually, what I should have done is just changed everybody to female. It would have been fine. I claim this egg in the name of... Oh my god, put your hair back on. So what's the reaping? Explain the things like a 5-year-old with undiagnosed ADHD and give him 5 cups of espresso and a bubby. You fight for my entertainment. Jingle, jingle. Jingle, jingle. You're gonna fight for my entertainment. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. Yeah. We put the names in and things happen. Is that explain it like I'm 5 enough? Or do you need more? Do you need more? Do you need less? To join the things, you have to join the bingo. So we do bingo every stream. It's on my about page. Actually, hold on. There's a if you go to my panels and it's called Stream Bounty. You can go and all you have to do is like, you don't even have to actually play, just play a game, like type in, like just join a game and you will be in for that month's oh well, I guess you don't get to fight. Oh well. The prerequisite to fighting is knowing how to read. That's the prerequisite to fighting. Jingle, 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 jingle. Wait. Jingle, 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 jingle. Do the bingos. Do the bingos. Yeah, all you have to do is join a bingo and you'll be and you'll be in for the next tournament next month. that wasn't as bad as I could have made it to. I was like, I don't really want to get banned by Twitch. No bingos, only bongos on the jingle jingles. Jingle jingle. Joe, jiggle jiggle, jiggle jiggle. But yeah, so last month's, so all the names that are on this list are the people that played the bingo in Stream Bounty last month, and their names will be they will go down in history. Will go down in history. Hello, Lioness. So how do I do the things? Go to your bio and then what? Here. 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 This. Press join game. If you press join game, you'll be entered in. That's it. That's all. Visual learner, join game. Oh, if you're on mobile, there's the icon. The icon is right under the stream window. To the left, there's a button right under the streams thing, and you can press it. So like if you're hold on. If you're watching the stream, there's so it's not right, yeah, but if my name disappears and everything like that, yeah, see, there you go. You did the thing. And you you did the thing. You don't have to grab an extra, but now you're probably going to be on the leaderboard if you can get a bingo for all that. Not gonna lie. Actually, let me see. Are you on? An Eskimo is now the winner of today. You now are in first place, actually. Congrats. You don't you don't have to an Eskimo. We haven't even started the bingo yet. I mean, it started, but we haven't called any stuff yet. I will call one. Actually, hold on. I don't, yeah, actually, get back to, wow, what do you mean get back to work? I am working on my stuff right now. You get back to work. Also, hi, Gunny. God damn it, you made me forget what I was doing. Takuru say, wow! I already told her. She already knows what I'm doing. I already did the thing that I had to do. Well, all of the things, actually. I'm telling Clover you're picking on me. Actually, can I call stuff from here? Even numbers. Even oh my god. If you join a game, you get to pet puppers, cookies, and milk, and maybe a free meal. No, you don't get any of that if you do. Okay, here's the thing. If you win at the end of the month, you get a picture. But like, Tanky be hard to beat. Tanky be hard to beat. Because Tanky here all time, because mod. Okay, so I can call that one. There was some puns already. And actually, oh, yep, did that. Damn, we've already done a bunch of these. What the fuck? I feel like that one happens, like, immediately. I'm putting in a formal complaint, 3 of those, and you're out. Okay. Do it. I wanna see what happens. Okay, I think... Okay, that's what we got so far. That's what we got so far. Hoo-wee!
We moonified you were.
Excuse me? I sketch. That's fucking amazing, actually. It's so funny. All right. We got like 15 people here right now, I think. We could probably start this. Actually, no, I will try. I should probably try to get these. Oh no. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of creepy. I think I know most everybody's pronouns. I don't know Silly Goose's though, so I guess Silly Goose will just stay the default. I should keep Clover. I should keep Clover this way because Daddy Clover. Papa Clover. It's Father's Day this month. I gotta wish Clover a happy Father's Day. Okay, we're confirming the names. Let's go through it. Let's go through it. Who we got this month? We got Tenki. We have Ren. We have Moosk. Linky, Kieferoid, Lexi, Rogue, Lioness, Torque, Booknook, Clockwork, Sorrow Song, Lady, me. I'm only on here because I went to demonstrate how to join and stuff, and that's why I'm on here. Silver, Panda, Quinn, Silly Goose, Miss Meow, Jester, Calf, Clover, Sexually Attracted to Pans. I'm sad they're not here because this name is hilarious. You've said it. I didn't assume anything. Says in your Discord. Aaron and Kitty. Can we all come to your place of living and have a sleep? Definitely not, actually. Absolutely not. First of all, you'd be sleeping outside in the rain. Because I don't have a house big enough. I don't live in a house. I live in a trailer. No, these are like most people I know because of like your Discord stuff, or you've told me, or you know, any myriad of ways. If I'm wrong, please feel free to correct me. Also, can we give a shout out to Happy Pride Month, everybody? Happy Pride Month. You can call me for Father's Day and call me Daddy. Good God. Rain camping? Woohoo! Absolutely not. You know what? You do that. That's all you. I'll kick you outside. I have a tent big enough for all of you, probably. Prayer for my safety. I die every month in the weirdest ways. You do, kind of, actually. Why would you dick me? Fuck. We actually haven't... Sam, shush. We haven't had a dicking in like a long time, so getting away this time. Jesus, that was so loud though. That was kind of a jump scare. Dogs are like freaking the fuck out. I guess that's a thing too. I don't want to hear it. Stop barking, Popper. This is also, that's why my dogs don't like people. My dogs do not like people. She's never bitten anyone or even tried, but like she will bark at you and get up on you and bark in your face. Okay. This is just if KO wins these games. These games are rigged. I mean, they're rigged anyway. It's fine. I should be winning all of them, honestly. Okay, confirming the names. Nobody's had any kills. Everybody's healthy. We proceed. I wish this was bigger, by the way. Hold on. Let's see if I can make it bigger. Just Calf finds a basketball in the cornucopia. Basketball? So fucking random. Jester battles Lady of the Elephants. Lady of the Elephants defeats and kills Jester. A very silly goose finds a bleach gummy bottle? What the fuck is that? A bleach gummy bottle. Okay. Panda battles Miss Meow. Miss Meow defeats Panda, but decides to spare her life. Okay, okay. We still have a panda then. Puppers don't bark at me. There's somebody out in the living room that they're barking at. It's not me. We have company and they're unhappy. That's what's going on. I'm sure your puppers would love me. I carry bacon, but I'd bring doggy snacks. You know what? Even then, they'll take the doggy snacks and they'll like be okay for a second and they'll still bark at you. They're assholes. Sexually attracted to pans. Finds a landmine in the corner. Finds a landmine. Triggers a landmine or finds a landmine? Oh, my monitor. Hold on. I'm gonna move this over here for a second. Orpheus battles Kieferoy. Orpheus defeats and kills Kieferoy. No! Kieferoy, I'm so sorry. Kieferoy dead. Goddamn an Eskimo. And an Eskimo's like, I'm winning this. I'ma fucking win this month. On the first day. I'm making you work for it. Accurate round 1 loss. I'm so sorry. An Eskimo, what are you doing? Are you just gonna try to beat, like, like, this lasts a month.
You saw nothing. Nothing!
Okay, I saw nothing. Triggers and finding a landmine is no different if you were clumsy. You know what? Yeah, you right. Okay, Orpheus, well, yeah, I mean, you know, there's worse people to be defeated by than Ren, so, like me. Silver runs away from the cornucopia. Oh, Chaotica battles Quincy. I murdered Quinn! Hold on. I need to screenshot this. I'm sorry, Quinn! Oh. That was wonderful and terrible. I know, how dare I? You only need 1 bingo to win, but I think you get extra points for every bingo you have on another card. So like if an Eskimo has like 5 cards and gets a bingo on every single one of them, an Eskimo gets like a shit ton of points. So because you get a bingo for every, or you get you get points for every call that is on your bingo card. Like if you look at, hold on, if you look at the leaderboard right now, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Okay, yeah, an Eskimo has, you get a certain amount of points for every card you have. I mean, you could. You get 10 points for every card you have, and then you get extra points for having like first place, second place, third place. Like every card you get a bingo on, you get extra points for. And I think you get extra points for how many lines you get too. So like technically, if you have like 4 bingos on one card, like you get a bunch of points for each bingo. Do you kill the feet man? Oh no. Okay. Where were we? Clockwork Cartoon battles Lexilogical. Lexi defeats Clockwork, but decides to spare her life. I'm hearing that someone could buy 5 cards and then spend 50k points to, I mean, yeah, actually. I think there is a thing on here. You can call a whole, call all stream bounty events is only 550K. So like you can get a card and do that. Yeah, basically, yeah. I'm going to have to arrest you for murder, but you can get out your arrest and let all your pets on the bed. No. Mm-mm. And actually, I'll just escape anyway because nobody can hold me. Sorrow battles Best Linus. Best Linus defeats and kills. Hey, Linus! Linus, you did the thing! You didn't die this time. The first round. You didn't die immediately. Win-win, Linus. Lady finds a basketball. What's with the basketballs in the cornucopia? Best Linus runs away from the cornucopia. Torque runs away. Kitty runs away. Linky battles Tenki, and Tenki defeats and kills Linky. Oh. No, I'm so sorry, Linky. Tenki, why? Gotta dunk on them fools. No. Tenki out for blood this time. Tenki's like, absolute Uno reverse. Uno reverse. Booknook runs away from the cornucopia. Aaron finds a paintball. A paintball? Like a single paintball? Like how big is the paintball? Like just one of those little tiny ones? I have so many questions. Rogue Titan finds a wild Ohio fried chicken in the cornucopia. What the fuck? I shot bullets in a tornado and the bullets came back. I have so many questions about all of this. Oh my goodness. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, if you have a little bit of lag, I did have some bits drop. Some of my megabits, my internet's bits. You might need to refresh. Just that's all I'm saying. You might need to refresh. The size of a grapefruit for the paintball. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we proceed. 5 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. The following tributes have fallen. Linky, Kieferoy, Sarosong, Quinn, and Jester. Hunger Games collabing with Looney Tunes today, for real. Oh, does your kills. Okay. Tenki got 1 kill. Ren got a kill. Best Linus got a kill. Lady got a kill. I got a kill. Oh, I usually die. I'm so proud of myself. Day 1. Miss Meow gets mono. Oh, rip that. Booknook receives a paintball from a sponsor. Is that the same paintball that was got earlier? 5 souls have departed from the arena. Is that the lore of what's happening? I just take all the souls that are like active over here and I just shove you in an arena to like fight for your lives with me in it. I'm not in here with you, you're in here with me. Lady of the Elephants dunks on Tenki. Fuck. You did not. You murdered Linky. You absolutely murdered Linky. Hold on, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. You can't say anything yet. I'm not there. Leave me alone. A Lady of the Elephant dunks on you though. Aaron brings 1 less paintball. What's with these paintballs just running around? So Torque dies of needing paintballs? What? Aaron brings 1 less paintball, so Torque dies of needing... Did Torque just be like, I need paintballs, I have no paintballs, I'm yeeting myself off the arena? Is that like... How does this work? Why does this work? What the fuck? Hold on, I'm not there yet! Moose plays some pranks gone wrong. Oh my god, I'm dying. I need to take... Oh, you know what I just realized? I don't know if they give a... I don't know if they give a summary at the end. I don't know if I should be taking screenshots of these or not. of like the whole thing. Shoot. I don't understand why the Hunger Games exist. Can someone explain it to me? Because it's a book. No. If you don't read the book, you don't get to know the details. You don't get to know the details. Kitty Jennings forgets how to breathe? Oh. I hope she's okay. Yeah, there's movies too. Gives you a TLDR. Silver Streak triggers Lexi. Rogue Titan goes into a food coma from too much Ohio fried chicken. You know what? I'm just gonna, in the off chance that there is no thing at the end, I'm gonna do. I'm sad that I missed the first one. It didn't occur to me that there wouldn't be a so unfair. It's not unfair. What do you mean? Orpheus slips and slides on a banana peel. Clockwork Cartoon finds a convenient brothel and decides to use it as shelter. Okay. Best Lioness stumbles upon a basketball. Kautica finds a convenient queen-sized bed. Oh? With memory foam mattress? Oh? And furnished headrest, but decides it's too dangerous. What the fuck? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, woman? Oh my god. Oh my god. Bigwigs make segregated people pick specific individuals, mostly not all children, to fight the death. But, I mean... It's a suspicious bet, man. It looked too comfy. It had to be a trap. Had to be a trap. Sexually attracted to pants. Sets off a landmine that kills Best Lioness and Orpheus. Oh, Lioness. Oh, no. You, somebody sets off a landmine and it murdered you. I'm sorry. No. Calf decides to take a permanent nap. Oh, okay. Moo Moo Clover stumbles upon a frisbee. Okay. Silver Streak finds a convenient cardboard box and decides to use it as shelter. Okay. Panda Rose gets roasted by Panipara. I don't know what the fuck that is, but... A very silly goose eats bleach gummy bottle. Silly goose be eating bleach. Following tributes have fallen Tenki. Tenki died, 1 kill. Or Ren died, 1 kill. Best Lioness, 1 kill. Torque died, 1 kill. Or 0 kills, actually. Silly Goose, 0 kills. Calf, 0 kills. And Kitty, 0 kills. Wait, I'm gonna compare this and see what constitutes as, like, just, like, being dead. So Tenki... Where are you? Oh, okay, so when it's somebody versus somebody, no matter what, I guess they die. And, okay, so, Ren got taken out by a fucking banana peel. Best Lioness... I think Best Lioness died from, the land... Oh, yeah, okay. So the landmine killed Lioness and Ren. Okay, this is kind of confusing, but like, whatever. Oh, yeah, that's right. Torque died because of lack of paintballs. I forgot. Okay, next one. So many people. I'm gonna cry if Pans wins. I mean, it'll be really, really, really funny. As Jake from the regular show said, hats to you, Trap Master, you've won. As I nestle into that mattress. I have no idea what you're talking about, so you can't get me, mad. Oh, actually, Lady has 2 kills as well, so Lady might be able to, my paintballs! Day 2. Dying. My god. I'm laughing too much and it's, like, triggering, like, the itch in my throat. Which is unfortunate. Crying. Just certain shows that are really popular, because like I don't know what the regular show is. If it was something that aired when I was in college, nope, definitely not something that I watched. I watched almost exclusively anime when I was in college. I never cared for SpongeBob, I'm not gonna lie. Like, SpongeBob was something, well, actually that was also something that kind of came out when I was in college too, like a little bit before. Oh, yeah, wait, hold on. Adventure Time. Oh, yeah, no, I was long out of high school. 2010? I was like 25. I think I was 25 in 2010. Yeah, I was too old for those shows at that time. Didn't care. Actually, no. You know why I didn't watch it? Because from like 2009 to like 2011, I was partying like a fiend. I did not have time for shows because I was too busy drinking. Hi, Kit. I've never really watched SpongeBob. It aired in the morning and was already gone into the bus when it aired. Teletoon, yeah. You guys gotta remember, like, I was like full-blown adult, doing mostly adult things, when these shows were. What? I don't condone it. I'm just saying that's what I was doing. Oh, sorry. I gotta go. Okay, Moose Keels, Rogue Titan. Okay. Lexological finds a Pepe. Good God. Typically when a book is made into a screenplay, the screenplay leaves a lot of the information out or don't follow the source material. Disney is not a good example because Disney is taking from mostly myths or stories that don't really have one version anyway. Like a lot of the fairy tales. Also, the fairy tales are incredibly dark. They could not make those true to self and be a Disney movie anyway, because the original stories are like full of like murder and like real weird shit. So yeah. We were outside this generation, but we were outside. I was not outside. I guarantee you I was not outside. When those shows were made, I was doing other things that did not involve watching shows. The original story of Frozen is wild. Yeah, like in The Little Mermaid, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, like all of those are really dark stories. Okay, Book Nook finds a convenient cave but decides it's too dangerous. No Netflix, only chill? Okay, listen. Ugh. Miss Meow sees things twice and dies. What? Haunted things? I guess scary things, maybe. Lady of the Elephants discovers a wild Ohio fried chicken. Why is there so much Ohio fried chicken? But also, I hope you didn't eat that, lady, because, like, damn. No! Sexually attracted to Pan strangles Book Nook. How could you? Silver Streak loses 0.13 GPA points and is severely injured. Oh, hides from Moo Moo Clover. Accurate. You make it hard not to call you old. We being outside means we are living life instead of being terminally. I've been terminally online since I was 13 years old. I don't know what you mean. I have been terminally online. Only time was when I was out drinking. This is the only time even then I was on my phone a lot. It's because you could go. The chickens are loose. This is true. Rogue decides to take a permanent nap. Oh, okay. Clockwork finds a convenient sleeping bag and decides to use it as a shelter. Good job. You made a good choice. Terminally online is just because I had a fear of FOMO. It's not as bad anymore, but I had an insane fear of FOMO. I mean, I had an insane FOMO. I had an insane fear OMO. I had a party animal lifestyle since when? Oh, dude, I'm 40 right now. That was 20 years ago. I say 20 years ago like it's not like, you know, nothing, but I'm old. Leave me alone. Actually, I guess it was more like 15 years ago, but still. Panda Rosemary receives an empty box from a sponsor because apparently the sponsor is a dick. Oh my god. Sorry, I had to mute because I'm like having coughing fits over here because I'm laughing so hard. Moo Moo Clover decapitates Clockwork with a frizz. Oh my god. I was wondering what she was going to do with that frisbee. The sponsor is a dick. I'm okay. Aaron heals Moose. Aw, Aaron's so nice. Whew. Moo Moo knows Destructo Disc confirmed. Dude, hold on. I need to send this to her right now. I'm actually dying. Oh my god, mouse, please. I have too many animals. I keep getting cat hair in the laser. and then it moves weird. Okay. Mess with the cow, you get the horned frisbee. Yes. Okay, Rogue, Book, Clockwork, and Miss Meow have all died. Have fallen. The fallen tributes. So Moosk is alive, Lexi's alive, Lady's alive, I'm alive, Silver and Panda are alive, Clover's alive, Sexually Attracted to Pans is alive, and Aaron's alive. Day 3. Moosk receives an emoji movie on Laserdisc from a sponsor. Okay. Lady of the Elephants goes into a food coma from too much Ohio fried chicken. Oh. Lexi finds a convenient igloo but decides it's too dangerous. I find a convenient sleeping bag and decide to use it as a shelter because apparently the bed was too good for me. Oh my god. A Moo Moo Clover discovers an indescribable object laying out. Is that the frisbee that she threw? Is she gonna murder people with that one too? Hold on, let me save this. Okay, Silverstreak heals himself. Panda Rosemary finds a convenient sleeping bag but decides it is too dangerous. Sexually Attracted to Pans stumbles upon a tank. Oh my god. Aaron gets forced into a fall mentorship. What do you mean you just randomly find a tank? I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, nobody died this round. Okay, cool. Worst ending, unplayed labor. Oh my god. Oh, hey, look at this conveniently placed tank. Wait, it doesn't say what kind of tank it is. Is it like a big regular war tank? Is it a water tank? Is it a fish tank? Like, what kind of tank is it? You have a kill! Who did you murder? Hold on, I forgot. Yeah, you murdered somebody. Oh, nope. Let me see. Who did you murder? Who did you murder? You did not on this one. I guess it was the last one. Who did you murder? know. I don't know who you murdered. I wonder if the puppers and kitties think their mom is crazy for talking to the cyberspace. I don't think they care, honestly. I swear I was listening this whole time and I didn't hear anything either, but I guess somewhere you did. Hi, Vemok! Oh, well, I guess we just keep going. We'll see. You missed it! Oh, no, wait. Moosk88 plays some pranks. Gone wrong, gone sexual. We have a special thing for you that was really funny. Very accurate. Moisturize a street. Okay. I didn't take a picture of the very first one, and that makes me very sad because I killed Quinn. I battled Quinn and I defeated and killed Quinn. But I got all the other ones because I don't know if this does a summary at the end. This is a new one we're using because our old regular thing like died. It went offline and I don't know why or how, so. Oof, I'm dying, sorry. Okay, proceed. Lexilogical gets strep throat and dies. That sucks. Moo Clover's indescribable object sits there uselessly, so Moo Clover pollutes the ocean with it. Okay, I do like this one because if you stumble across an item, it lets you interact, like it will call back to that. That's kind of, I like that. Actually, hold on, I need to send her another. She's gonna be like, what the fuck is going on over there? Clover is, I mean, yeah, that's accurate though. That's just Clover. Okay, I need to take a crying. You feast. Lady of the Elephants stumbles upon a paintball. Oh, hey, Torque needed that earlier. Panda Marie Rose gets necrosis and dies. No. Sexually attracted to Pans. Murders Lady. Oh, no, Lady. Oh, that was like the rival person with the most kills, I think. Moose eats kitties, but oh my God. Okay, first of all, just the fact that there's one, cannibalism in this game, and two, the fact that Moosk indulged in cannibalism. And then I had to heal Moosk for his indiscretions. Aaron receives an emoji movie on Laserdisc from a sponsor. Silver finds a convenient couch, but decides it's too dangerous. Hello, Peaches. Oh my God, I'm dying. I wake up from my nap to Kaneko the pink. I have a mustache. I have a temporary mustache. It's a tournament also, so we are indulging in some carnage. Was that number 4? That was number 4, right? Yes. Okay, proceed. 3 cannon shots. Lady, well, actually, Lady only had 2 kills, so maybe it wasn't that much. Lexi died, Lady died, Panda died. So Moosk is alive. Oh my God, if this is like Moosk, me, and Clover at the end, that would be so hilarious. So Moosk, me, Silver, Clover, Pans, and Aaron are all alive. Pans has 4 kills, like the highest kill count right now. Pan's actually on a fucking mission. Pans has only been in this fucking chat like once. Silver Streak stumbles upon a tank. Another fucking tank. Moo Clover heals Silver. Chaotica gets carpal tunnel syndrome from playing Osu. Oh my God, I would too, actually. Moose dies of pure cancer after watching the Emoji Movie. Oh, cannot. Pans sees things 100% happen. Aaron receives a singular spaghetti from a sponsor because apparently that sponsor is also a dick. My throat is gonna be wrecked before I'm even able to do the reading. Good God. Sam? Sam? Oh, are you? Just a single spaghetto. yeah, Aaron gets one single nude. Just one. Okay. Poor Moosk. No, poor Moosk. All right, it's me, Silver, Clover, Pans, and Aaron. Silver runs over KO. What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding? Silver runs over Chaotica with his tank, causing the death of Chaotica and Silver. You're on your fucking shit list. You're on my goddamn shit list. Moo Clover discovers a clean water laying on the ground. Aaron succumbs to lethal peer pressure from Pan. Oh my God. Welcome in, Ren. Oh my God. How fucking could you, Silver? I feel so betrayed right now. I am incredibly betrayed. Rest in peace, me. See, when it said Silver found a tank, I thought they meant for fish. That's why I was like, what kind of tank? Is it like a fish tank? Is it like a war tank? Is it like, you know, water tank? What kind of tank? Oh, it's okay, Aaron. We perished in the same round. Solidarity. Silver, Clover, and Pans. This is crazy. Run over the streamer tank. Why? We have an ad break. So I'm gonna leave it here for a second for the ad break to end. I was not paying enough attention to the ads, and I don't want people to miss it. Holding hands as we die like Naruto and Sasuke. Watch, someone is gonna find the somebody else has it. Don't two people have a tank? Like, didn't Pans find a tank recently? I might keep this one just for the sheer fact that if you find something, you actually get to use it. The other one didn't do that, so. This one is a lot sillier though. This one like is super silly. I should message the person that did this and be like, hey, I see that you made that thing there. Can I perchance pay you for a custom one? Oh, I've been laughing so hard my head hurts now. I think Pans is gonna win. I'm not gonna lie. Although Pans is injured. It does say that Pans is injured. I wonder how much they take that into account, to be honest. Oh, someone is gonna find the tank again, but has no fuel. Don't need fuel to the fire. Please, ads, go faster. Kit's gonna like join in, and I'm not gonna have a throat to like a freaking voice to read with. Are we back? Did we finish? Are you here? Did you survive? All right. So all these people died. We are proceeding. Oh my god! Absolutely not. In a not so brutal way, since I don't have the book and I fell asleep on the one movie I watched, well then I guess you don't need to understand. No! Silver receives a 50% off coupon on a SAT prep class. Okay. Pansy sees twice and dies! You know, Pan's got so far and tried so hard, and it didn't even matter. Oh, poor Pans. Oh no, you died a long time ago. You died in like the first or second round. You did kill somebody though. You had I think you had at least one go. Hello, Rebecca! I hope you're having a good day today. Okay, Pans. I'm sorry, bro. Oh, it's Clover and Silver. Silver finds a convenient queen-size bed for the memory foam mattress and finished headrest and decides to use it as shelter. Silver, how dare you? Why? Oh my goodness, Silver. Clover drinks clean water and gains 1 point in Constitution. Man. I am finally back to functional after a rough couple weeks. Oh no, I'm sorry that you had a rough couple weeks. I hope that upcoming weeks are way better and you are mucho productive. It's rough when the weeks are not happy. Silver is the queen now. Yep. Okay, so it's Clover and Silver. Silver heals Moo Moo Clover. Moo Moo Clover gets forced into I don't know what fall mentorship is. Oh, things are going good over here. We're doing our monthly arena tournament. Hold on. Okay, I need to Silver stumbles on paintball. Clover finds a convenient queen size. So Clover did the same thing I did. Clover did the same thing. Why is this going on so long, by the way? Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. 9, 10. I want to cry if this keeps going on forever. I do want to remind everybody that it is Monday, so it's going to be like our reading storytime Monday as soon as this is finished up. So, Kit will be joining me soon. I just need to get this finished. Silver attends. Oh my god, they keep going around and around and oh my god, this is really. Okay. Are you? I don't like this game. Man. So nobody gets it. Wait, why does it keep going? Wait, why is there... Oh no, there's no end to... Okay, well nobody won, I guess. Nominate me for winner because I'm the only one with a singular spaghetti. That was so anticlimactic. I'm kind of mad. Oh, that was like the... And I forgot to screenshot! What was 11? Bye, Linky. Have a good night. Like, okay, this one was like... Do I have to push that there's... Oh my
god.
God.
Disappointment is immeasurable and my tournament is ruined.
Oh, no. I guess Silver... We'll just say that Silver and Clover both won, because, like, they got to the end at least. This one makes me sad. All right. I'm gonna have to put all this shit, and I'm glad I took screenshots because there was no finish on this one. No, we are not doing a rematch. I do not have the time. Absolutely not. I will post these in the Discord with some of the... I'm sad. I didn't get the first one and I didn't get the last one. Ugh. So sad. Oops. All right, we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do that one. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this Hunger Games one. Hold on one second, I'm gonna look at something. Oh, no, not that. Shenanigans, 7 out of 10, ending 2 out of 10. Yeah. Actually, the shenanigans were pretty good. I did enjoy those actually. I'm trying to see how new this is. Oh, this is really old, actually. I'm surprised I was able to find it now. No, I guess I will just have to find somebody else to coerce into making a Hunger Games tournament. Custom one. The wine glass. KO, do you drink wine with your books? This is a pre-made one, actually. This is just a pre-made setup. The wine glass was just there. Accurate, though. I do like wine, but I do not drink it because I don't have a good place to acquire good wine, so... Unfortunately, I must do without wine a majority of the time. I used to drink wine when I would play Monster Hunter all the time, though. I am a full adult. I'll drink what I want. I mean, actually, I guess if I had like easily accessible wine or mead, I'd probably have a glass with when I was streaming. That's what I used to do. Well, now it would be a glass. When I used to stream, it was like the whole fucking bottle. I will say we're probably just gonna wait for Kit at this point. Oh, I should probably open up my Scrivener file. You submitted a story. Okay, actually, we're not reading extra stories today. We're not gonna have time. So I mentioned it yesterday or the day before. Any stories that are submitted, we will be moving those into next Monday. Because Kit's story today is probably going to take up a majority of the stream. How dare you be a writer, Kit? How dare? No, you're good. I mean, I don't care. I am super excited to hear it because I am excited for the world building. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm just letting people know it will be moved to next Monday if you wrote a story this Monday. Hey up! Oh, no, that's not actually even the Scrivener file I wanted. You can! Yeah, I mean, it does not. So here's the thing. You guys can go back and write any prompt that you want. Like you don't have to have a prompt for the one that we're doing. It just has to be at least a prompt that we've done in the past. So like if like for next week you wanted to do the Demon Lord one, you want to do the Demon Lord prompt, we could do that next Monday. You don't have to and also mine is like 3. Oh no! For some reason I thought mine was longer than it is. Mine's only 3.3. I thought mine was 3600, but it's only 3300. No, not migraine. Actually, it's not even that long because I keep forgetting that I have the Oh, no, it's 3100. I forgot that I had my outline up on top. So Kit wrote an essay or a novel. Well, Kit wrote like, actually no, Kit, that's the short story. Like Under 10K is about a short story. Short stories can be anywhere from, I'm pretty sure it's like 1,000 words to, I want to say like 25K words is a short story. And then 25 to 30 on 25 to 30 up to 40,000 words ish is a novella. And then over 50K is a novel. If it's over 30K, that's basically novella range. Actually, I want to say if it, I don't remember exactly. There are actual categories for types of thing. Let me see if I can. So short stories are less than 7,000 words. It says flash fiction is like 1,500 or less, but I think flash fiction is more like less than 1,000. Microfiction is like 500 words or something like that. Novelettes are 7,000 to 20. Novellas are like 17 to 4. Well, novellas, I think it depends on a lot of stuff, but novellas are about 20K to 40. And then upwards of 50K is a novel. I write 1,000 word stories all the time. That's like my basic. I am the short writer. Don, it's going to be this week's. I don't care what you pick. You're getting a poem. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? Yeah, I told you. I told you we should have put like limits on the word counts, and you wouldn't let me. You wouldn't let me. Oh, actually, do I have my, there we go. Mine is, I'm gonna just share my Scrivener file and you're gonna have to read it yourself. And you should either 3,000 or, double or triple. What do you mean? We will get however many we want. It's our stream. I mean, to be fair, that's literally what I write anyway, so I'm not even gonna... I write that amount because I have things I have to do and I don't have time to write anymore. Because I like to sleep. I like sleep, so I only get about 2,000 to 3,000 words in mine. 1 million words, absolutely not. You know what though? We get to sit and listen to Kit read her story, so I'm not gonna limit Kit. Oops, you know what I forgot though? Oh, I thought you meant like call right now. Oh. Oh well, it's there. Let me do a thing. I sacrifice sleep, but if you feel it is unfair, no, it's not. I don't mean that. Here's the thing, Kit. Also, you're coming in on this one. You are the one that isn't sleeping.
Because I'm actively watching the stream and there's a delay. So
Yeah,
whatever you said, I have no idea what.
No, you're good. I had to make sure the Discord was gonna work for you.
I need to mute the stream so I don't hear you twice.
I've seen some
from the future and from the past.
I've seen some insane writers manage 1 million in a year. It's phenomenal. Yeah. There's some people that are wild with it. Some years I don't even manage a book worth. To be fair, I'm juggling full-time career and yep. Like, and that's the thing is like, different people are gonna write different amount. Like Kit goes for it. But I'm like, I have always been a slow writer. My brain just never wants to go that fast. But Kit will no life it. Kit, hands down, will no life it.
I mean, I don't know if anyone can hear me. I just want you guys to know.
Yes, they can.
I wrote almost 9K before we decided to take a break.
No, that's what I tell them.
So I fully intended. It's not like I had extra time this time, guys.
No, Kit actually did take a break. Kit did take a break. No, that's what I was telling Tiki.
I was fully ready to read this monster ass fucking story within the week. Teki,
I told her about it and yesterday. I was speaking about it. Teki was like, "Well, you gave Kit like 2 weeks." And I was like, "No,
Kit did not have 2 weeks. She had a week, and she was gonna do it anyway."
Kit wrote this in the 1 week before we decided to go on vacation.
Oh my god.
Can we get a Kit and
I'm trying to boot up stream. I'm like deciding titles and changing the category and all the fun junk.
Oh, Photon Carer. Oh, that's my brain auto-corrected. Oh, actually, no, I remember you saying that in one of your streams, actually. Yeah, I remember that now. I'm supposed to be a full-time author, but that's only because I work long days and I can, because I'm not always, yeah, well, and like, you know, it's gonna be valleys and mountains. Like you're gonna have to, like, that's just life. You do more of one thing at one point and then it dips and you do more of another at another point, you know? You kind of just gotta do what you can in the moment. A Kit and KO question and answer stream? I don't know if people would even do that. Like, I feel actually that's not true. We have hold on. So that was brought up a while ago. Where is the... Oh no, the pin. Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to find the... There it is. So we actually have a place where people can go ask questions, but nobody did. So... Hold on, let me see if I can... Come on, Marshmallow. So we have a Marshmallow for people to go ask questions. It's completely anonymous and you don't even have to sign in. And we've had it for like the entire time. We also have a Patreon. And then we have that if people want to read our stories offline. Or like when we write a story, we post it on Patreon for people that maybe don't want to listen or, you know, whatever. If we get enough Q&As, we'll probably do, or if we get enough questions, we'll probably do a Q&A at some point, but we have no questions, so we're not doing a Q&A. 5 books in 2018, but 0 since 2021. Oh no, that's rough. That's rough. I'm supposed to be a full-time author too, but lately it's been more full-time putting my body and brain back together. Felt a little more important. I do other works. I work as I technically have a job as a virtual assistant to a streamer. That is technically my full-time job. And then I stream on the side and do writing and all that kind of stuff. Hello, Clockwork! It goes. You were in the tournament we did today. I don't remember what anybody did, honestly. We had to do a new format and it's kind of thrown me for a loop, but you were, because of the bingos. If you do bingo, you get into the tournament. It's the tournament we have every month. Universe might be telling me not to stream today. Power screens keep disconnecting camera. No! Does Universe do be on that sometimes? Do you? Oh yeah, we will. But I'm waiting for Kit to get on the. Kit's not quite ready. She's doing her spiel.
I mean, I'm alive, but I'm waiting for ads and all that junk first.
Oh yeah. We're waiting to get everybody caught up on the. Oh yeah, actually, you know what we should do? We should do that thing that we should do with the chats and stuff. Hold on. Let me get this set up. I sent you an invite, but I'm also putting the link in the DMs. Yay! We forgot to do the thing because we're so on it. I think money made from writing might actually be ahead of the $14 I somehow made from the stock market today using video game stock market logic. Need to eat before pass out. Burb! Oh, you eat. Go eat. Go take care of yourself. Do the things. I definitely recommend that eating stuff too. I will post the tournament results in the Discord after stream. It's a weird one today, just because it's a different format, and I didn't get the first and last screenshot. You know what? I wonder if VGen has anything. I'm gonna look around for a second. Okay, so there are people that can do. Okay, I might put that away for now. I might actually commission somebody to make a custom. It really just needs to be more of a UI with parts that can interact with each other. I mostly want it to be editable so that I can add funny things that happen. That way we could input like in jokes and funny things. I'd like to see KO as a robot. No, it's not. I am not a robot. I am no robot.
Here's to hoping that I don't crash.
What?
Because it might happen.
Why? What happened?
I think I have conflicting drivers. I don't understand how, because I fully wiped my shit, but I guess not.
Wait, like,
Because I swapped from NVIDIA to AMD, and I'm still finding NVIDIA drivers on my PC, which is causing me to crash.
Oh.
I think. But I think they only started populating recently, because I swear I checked, there were no folders, and now I'm starting to find conflicting folders. So
sounds like you might have to do a reinstall.
I don't heckin' know.
Back up everything just in case.
I know. It's bad. And I'm running out of storage too, so I'm like shuffling files around.
I'm still baffled that I used video game stock market logic and the actual stock market made money somehow. Oh my god. And now you get to pay taxes on that money if you Okay.
Did we pick the prompts for this week too? Because I mean,
I got the one that I was using.
Okay.
We just haven't voted on it yet. We just, you know.
Let me see. This one? Yeah.
And
Are you taking the one that was voted on?
Yes. Yeah, I'm taking the one that was
other
voted.
one.
Yeah, you guys, like, there was so like 3 submissions and like only 1 voted. I was like, okay, I guess we'll just take this one.
Okay, I will take this one. I'll take the one that was in your server.
Oh, okay. Ooh, I don't know. Oh, I can do this. Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Let me see. Well, how do I format this?
I think you could just put them in the
Okay, I'll take prompt 2 then. I'll take prompt 2 slot.
Okay.
Okay, and then
Rebecca says, check your storage and see what the file destinations are. I had issues earlier in the year and it ended up being Chrome storing 200 and Google Drive had another 200. I think Kits' driver issues.
I'm having both. Like,
yeah.
storage shit, but that's because I put everything on my desktop too, because I work on large files. Like I used to animate, I do art, I write. There's a lot of fucking files.
Yeah.
Divinity, hello, my dear. Thanks for stopping by. How are we gonna summarize this, by the way? I'm like trying to spawn the prompts and I have no idea.
I'm just
what to
gonna
write.
here. I'll tell you. I'm just
Are
doing.
you gonna copy the thing or?
When I put it in the I have mine in Scrivener. Scrivener can handle picture folders, so mine are just gonna be on the screen. And
Okay,
when
are you using images for both, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was just like,
That
I
makes
don't
my
want to
job
write all
simple.
this.
I was like, how do I summarize this? Can
And then I'm just gonna put new poll. Pick the prompt for next week.
How am I gonna do this? Because this image is tall. You guys can watch me edit this live the jank way.
Ooh, actually, that is actually, you know what? I'm gonna, instead of doing prompt 1 or prompt 2, I might have to do prompt left and prompt right.
I was gonna say, how am I supposed to do this? Fuck. Okay. I can. Oh. Okay. Wait. I'm cooking. Hold on. I can still do prompt 1 and prompt 2.
Okay, I cannot.
I'm cheating. Okay, I'm on dark mode, so everything looks dark. Just letting you guys know.
Oh, okay. Are we ready to start? Oh wait, no, we're not.
No, I lied. I like how both of us went.
Yeah, because I forgot to. I was like, oh, I should probably show you what the prompts are on the screen.
Okay, let me see. Poll, right? I'm not gonna launch it. Give me one second.
I have mine on the screen, so just let me know when you're ready, and I'll be.
Okay, I'm typing.
I will do this though, so you can read a little better.
Prompt 2.
If you guys need me to read it, let me know, by the way, because it's a little small on my screen.
I am ready when you are.
Hold on, I'm actually gonna.
Okay, mine looks really ugly, but I'm ready.
No, same. Actually, hold on. I decided to do this a little better. We're gonna go right
Can I
here
make
with
this
me.
any cuter? I don't think so.
I cannot make mine any cuter, but
I cannot.
oops, too much.
Okay,
too
wait.
much.
Okay. Flashbang warning, guys.
Okay, I'm ready when you are.
Okay.
Ready, set, go.
Okay.
How
Forgot you changed your name. Oh, you're Nux. Oh, wait, Debbie. Okay. I was like, you were saying it's been a while, and I'm like, I don't recall the username, and I felt really bad. That's really funny.
Yeah, if you guys ever
I
change
hope
your
you've been
username, I
well,
have no
too.
idea.
I'm not gonna know who the fuck you are. Dude, it's so funny. So I'll meet like online friends, IRL, like at cons and shit. And they'll be like, oh my god, it's so nice to see you. And I have no idea who they are.
You're like,
Yeah, no, I don't know their actual name. I only know the username. And I'm like, oh my god, you're real.
That's so funny.
Oh my god, it happened at the con I just went to too.
Oh, that's funny.
Dude, I feel so bad. And it happens annually, like the same person every year. And I feel so bad.
Oh, that's funny. The left, by the way, the left prompt is just an image prompt. We would have to write a prompt based on that image. The prompt on the right is a Tumblr like story inspiration thing. So if you need me to read it, let me know. Actually, I'll just go ahead and read it.
Which order we put ours in, but it's okay. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
Mine was
matter.
still labeled prompt 1 and prompt 2.
Yeah.
Man. It is fine.
I know, I forgot. I literally just remembered when you said that. But I wasn't even doing prompt 1 and prompt 2, I was doing left and right. Okay, wait, let me read this. Maidens, if you are going to flee dramatically from my castle in the middle of the night once I reveal my true nature to you, please leave your candelabra on the little ledge by the portcullis. We are running out of them. Starting to think these maidens are stumbling in soaked through from the rain just to steal my beautiful gowns and homeware. Are any of you actually lost? At the checkout at Home Goods, loading the belt with nothing but candelabras in all shapes and sizes while the cashier watches sympathetically and asks if it's the maidens again. Oh, this prompt cracks me up. So those are your two choices. Pick now or forever hold your peace. It's always the maidens. It's always the maidens. I'm assuming the one on the left is the Five of Pentacles tarot card. What is the Five of Pentacles?
Is it? I have no idea. I just like the colors.
Oh! Five of Pentacles symbolizes hardship, financial struggles, and feelings of isolation. Also known as the poverty card. This is made for me.
I was gonna say, it's describing our lives. Oh, thanks. I feel quite called out.
I was like, this one feels a little like, trying to say something here.
I was gonna say, are you trying to say something? You wanna fight?
I'm not ready to write about real life shit.
I'm like, what do we do? Describe our week? Oh,
Right,
okay, that adds a
right.
whole layer of meaning to this fucking image that I didn't know was there. Fuck. I'm
Wait,
like, this is the week I'm gonna write a poem, guys. Or I don't know about that now.
Ode to money.
That'd honestly, it's kind of a funny idea.
The Five of Pentacles is a card of financial loss and poverty. You have hit hard times, especially when it comes to your work, career, finances, and material wealth.
Oh, it's doomed. You invested a whole $20 into stocks because that's all you were willing to risk losing. I don't want to talk about how much I've invested. Dude, my life savings is in the stock market. If it crashes, I'm fucked. Actually fucked.
And back with fried rice. Ooh, fried rice sounds good. Oh, these are the prompts that we will be actually I'm gonna do this a little more. These are the prompts that we're going to potentially be writing next week, and people are voting on it. Which one do you think would be a better prompt? Oh, I can't. I'm not a poet. My poems are atrocious.
Don't worry, you can finally catch up to my word count.
I will make a haiku.
I'm gonna give you 100 words.
I will give you a haiku.
I'd be surprised if you got more than 100 words out of me this week, is what I say, but we know that
I know, I'm like, she's gonna write like an actual epic.
Oh my fucking
Just
god.
a giant ballad.
I'm really hoping not. I kind of have a poem typed that I want to do, but I forgot the name, so I have to do research. But yeah. I was looking
Damn you, Silver, you're on my shit list, buddy. Damn it, Silver. How dare you win? Yeah, but you and Clover are basically the winners of the tournament. You're on my shit list this week. I'm just joking. Kind of. Probably, sort of, maybe. Hold on. What are the... We have 3 people who voted. Maybe... Come on, guys, vote! Vote for your... There's a poll up at the top of the
Please
chat.
vote, guys.
Yeah, please vote. I'm begging you.
Please vote.
You don't even have to just look at the screen and which one do you think would make a better prompt? You don't even necessarily have to read it. I mean, you probably should, but you voted? Thank you. I'm not gonna look at the results until they're done now.
Okay. There was a distinct lack of votes on my end, but I am not surprised.
Normally, like, we get a lot more votes on my stream. There's a thing up at the top.
What do you mean? There's
a poll at the top of the chat. It says current poll. You can vote.
You are scaring me. Please tell me that I launched the poll, because you are not funny. It's been like 9 fucking minutes.
Oh no! Now there's only 2!
Okay, I was gonna say, because I took a peek at your poll, and there were only 2 votes.
Oh, wait, what?
I have 2 votes on my
This is
end,
so
too.
weird. Okay, I'm gonna not look at that, but the where I do view results, it says I have 3.
Really?
So I don't
only
know.
see
That's
2
weird.
when I took a peek.
I
at
know, that's
yours.
what I'm like, that's weird. Well, I mean, I have the admin view. You guys just have, like, the viewer view. So I wonder if, like... Yeah, that's so weird. Yeah, anytime there's a vote or a poll, it's at the very top of the chat, and you can vote for, like, whichever one, you know. Play Xbox with friends. Have a good lurk.
Thanks for stopping by. I mean, it's a good stream to leave in the background. We're just gonna be reading, guys.
It's basically a just chatting stream. Yep.
Not me running around begging for people to tune in.
I know.
I'm in cosplay Discord now because of the lads meetup. I was like, there's writers in here. I know because I've spoken to a few of you. Please show up. This was so much work, guys.
There's no left or right prompt? What do you mean? They're on the screen! The left of the picture or the words? Yeah, they're both images. I can't do anything with, like, this is what you get, because, like...
It was impossible to summarize this time, guys.
But also, like,
usually we summarize the post ones, too, but we didn't this time.
I see 3 comments. No, wait, what do you... On my screen? Like this. These are... What? Wait, hold on. You're tripping me out. I have no idea what's going on.
3
Hello,
comments,
Dominic!
like the 3 posts? That's one entry. And then the other image on the left is the other one.
There's an image and then there's the words. They're 2 different... I have no way to separate them. I'm sorry. Thank you, Dominic. I hope you're having a good day.
It is the same on my end.
How do I... Yeah, see, these are 2 different things. I don't know how to separate them. I'm sorry. I was trying to make this one a little bigger so that you could read it, but, like... Okay, well, I guess the left one.
That is so...
Scrivener has no way for me to add text in a image thing. So
I have 2 votes for the Tumblr post one.
I have 2 votes for the image and 1 vote for the Tumblr post.
Oh. Does that mean it won by 1 vote?
Yes, actually.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So we do votes on prompts. So this is actually this will be the prompt that we write for next week, and last week's prompt is the one we will be reading on today's stream. Tumblr post, wee! Yes, it is a story time. Kit, my co-host here, has a very long story to share with you.
I apologize in advance. If you want, I can only read half of it.
No, I want to read all of it. I want you to read all of it because I want to hear all of it. I'm just warning. I'm just warning people. It's a long story.
It is very long. There is no official like word cutoff, but I said if it exceeds 9K, it's cooked.
Okay, I'm gonna make this smaller right now. She does cliffhanger us pretty bad. Why you do this, kid? All right, now I can move over.
Because they would be 9K stories every week. If that was the case, and I can't do it every week.
Mine's only like 3K, so. Oh, excuse me. Oh.
I'm more excited about the author's notes. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of research went into this one.
I'm excited to hear the story. Who went first last stream? Does anybody remember?
All I know is I'm gonna get hit with a fat ad break somewhere in the middle, but there's plenty of places to like pause, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get hit with like a couple probably. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's like an hour 40, I want to say. That's why I was like warning people in advance. Because the demon one was an hour and a half, an hour 20, right? And this one's like 2K longer. So it's a little longer than that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll all be entertained. I hope that your voice does not die.
No, it's doomed. I was supposed to make tea for this one. It did not happen.
Oh no!
I literally. Oh my god. Traffic was so freaking bad today. It was like an hour and a half.
Ooh, I'm so sorry, Hubbard.
I didn't even eat. I just literally sat in my chair.
Girl! Okay, maybe we should take like a small break for you to go.
It's not gonna happen. I'm just gonna eat after stream or go to sleep. Both are likely options.
So both streamers can lose their voice. I mean, well, there is an ad break in 10 minutes, so that is a perfect chance for you to go at least get a snack and make your tea. So we can just yap. And we will be starting at our normal stream time.
Wow, imagine that. It's like we planned it.
Totally, the whole time. We planned it to a perfect extent.
To the second, to the T,
to the
absolutely.
Oh, actually, let me read the prompt. I'm gonna turn that off because I have to get to the thing. The prompt from last week is: the ghost haunting your apartment refuses to scare you and instead keeps leaving notes apologizing for what it's about to do. So that is the prompt that we will be reading today, and then we will be writing about maidens this week and reading that on Monday, next Monday. We can just yap dangerous words uttered by KO? Okay, listen. You might have to refresh. I don't know why they're out of stock. That's not a Tenki fact. You'll know a Tenki fact when there's a Tenki fact. But yeah, so we got 8 minutes. We're gonna take an ad break. I am actually going to use that ad break to refill my water bottle at that time. But I mean, I guess if anybody has like questions they want to ask, we can do a short Q&A for 10 minutes. Oh, dang,
like we don't answer questions automatically when people post them.
I know,
yeah,
right? I know.
Official Q&A, guys.
Dang, Edison is doing work on my blog, so internet is cutting out. Oh no! 100% likely to be. Darn that electricity nonsense.
No.
I'm not gonna lie, it was stormy. It's been storming here, and my internet when I started stream was like a little dicey, and I was like, ooh, I don't like this. I am sad. It's okay. Also, after the stream, we have the VOD, or we have the VOD if you want to go back and listen, but we also posted to Patreon for free. It's free to join the Patreon to read the stories if you miss anything, or if you just prefer to read instead of listen. Kit, how do I make my voice less sultry? Be Kit. You just be Kit.
My best advice is just speak slower. Speak with intention, my dear.
If something is not a Tenki fact, is it a Tenki fact? And it is not. What? If something is not a Tenki fact, is it a Tenki fact? And it is not a Tenki fact.
That's a tongue twister.
I think you broke my brain. Hold on.
Dude,
A Tenki fact is when Tenki just comes in with like some random fact about something that we're talking about. It's happened a lot, which is why it's a bingo thing. I think Torque broke my brain. No, same. KOEXE has stopped working.
The and supposed to be an or? Like, isn't it or isn't it, right? Is that the statement?
Oh, maybe. Maybe I'm just silly. If something is a Tenki fact, is it a Tenki fact or is it not a Tenki fact? I mean, it's still
confusing as well. There's a lot of Tenki in that sentence.
I never get tired of people trying to define my rambles. I know what your rambles are. That's all that matters. Hello, Cav. Welcome in. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good day. I think Tenki just has the tisms. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. 5 minutes to ads. I just emptied my water bottle. So
good timing.
Yep, good timing. Doing great. I might make a new sim world based on the Imaginary Appalachia album. On the what? We know our kind. Renwine. I tend to break people's brains by two means: typos and random and obscure references. That's yeah. I think KO and Kit should have a podcast or something like that. That's basically what this is.
Isn't that what this is, guys?
Legally
Every
no,
Monday,
but
live.
colloquial feels pretty certain. Yeah, this is basically like if we were gonna have a podcast, this is just what it would be. We're just doing the podcast live. And you're
Same
just
difference.
Yeah, and you're just interacting with it, you know? I was supposed to be I should have gone back and like started getting some of our voices or our reads from like the first stories,
I started making like short recordings to post on like Twitter and stuff to like advertise for it.
I did see that, yeah.
Yeah. No, like I started like just reading excerpts from the stories that we've written.
Oh, that's such a good idea. Oh, I didn't even think of that.
So I recorded it on my phone, but it exports it as an incompatible file with Audacity, so I can't edit it directly.
Oh, no.
I have to go convert all the files. And it's a whole headache. So
Yeah.
I haven't spawned that many. I did one for the tavern, actually. But I only did one. I was working on clips yesterday, too.
I did see the clips.
I've been so productive lately. Oh my god.
I'm so proud of you. You're doing such a good job.
I can't wait till you find out the full scope of what I've been
I'm
working
super
on.
excited.
In a few
I'm so
weeks.
excited.
Oh my god.
Red Pack, how's it going? We actually haven't started yet. We're gonna take there's ads in 3 minutes, and we will take a little bit of an ad break, and then do you want to start first, or do you want me to start first?
It is up to you.
Who started first last time? I can't remember that far back.
I did.
Oh, so
did
then I
that.
should probably read first.
Sure.
Yeah, if you went first last time, I need to go this because we stagger it. Wait, did you read first last? You did.
According to Torque.
Yeah,
I
no,
read
you
first
did,
last
because I
week.
remember being like, how the hell am I gonna match this? And I didn't, and it was okay.
I'm like, should I felt like I shouldn't have like spoiled it too. I shouldn't have said anything. Just drop this massive ass story without saying a word.
Yeah, so we're gonna take ad break, and then we'll be doing the story time, and I guess I should probably get ready for that, because
Denki appreciates all my hard work.
I appreciate your hard work. I appreciate your hard work, because like also can you see the little logo in this section here? This logo was done by Kit. How pretty is that? That's a Kit logo. Kit is multi fucking talented, by the way. Kit is a writer. Kit do the art. Kit do the voice stuff. Like,
Kit hyperfixates. You can leave it at that.
Kit hyperfixates.
Kit
so
doesn't know when to
talented.
stop. I'll stop.
I mean, that's okay because then you do cool stuff like that. I just can't wait till we actually. This might put us at novel length book. I should, you know what? I'm gonna check the word counts after we're done posting on Patreon. I'm gonna see how long this book would be.
Oh my god.
Do
You
we
are
need?
so excited.
I need to see if we need like 2 weeks or 3 weeks more to make it. Actually, how long?
Are you trying to convince me to write more than 100 words next
No, no, no.
to pad the word count?
No, but I'm gonna write a novel. Like, I'm gonna write my regular short story length stuff. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You girl, you need a break. You wrote 2 stories. You wrote 2 short
Like
stories
3.
worth of.
It honestly feels like 3.
Kit and I have things in common, although I'm more of a singer for voice stuffs. Kit sings. Kit does karaoke all the time in her streams.
She does not.
She does.
Is, oh
she
my
does, and you
God.
should go see them because they're amazing.
Like, for those of you who were there for last stream, there was a cringe karaoke video at the end of it too, where I did karaoke live at the
I
con.
was there for it. It was
in
glorious.
cosplay, and it was cringe as fuck.
It was so good.
I'm so ready to do it again next year.
Also, there's the ad starts in like 6 minutes. I'm gonna put you into a BRB where the clips with the clips and the stuff. Or actually, no, I don't even have to because Kit's here. She can entertain you since she's not going to get
Wonderful.
water or anything.
I am not.
In cosplay, she can tell you all about it.
Really low.
I'm gonna
it was a
peace
low-
out for a second. I'll be right back.
It was a low key cosplay, like just something casual, I guess. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, I was at a con last week, the biggest NorCal con, and I'm going to another one in mid-July, I think, actually. But yeah. I did Submerged Eclipse from Levin Deep Space. And I'm pretty sure I posted photos, actually. But yeah, that was the most uncomfortable outfit I think I've ever done. Oh my god. I think this was the one year where I couldn't survive the entire day at the con in full cosplay. Usually I could suck it up, maybe with a break or two. But this one, I could not. It was so freaking uncomfortable. You challenged me to write a story under 3K at some point for the prompt of my choosing. I have written under 3K. A couple of the prompts I've been under 3K. I think I've yet to do under 2K, though. I forget if it was the Warlock one or the Fairy one. One of them was under 3K. But yeah, I'm capable of writing short stories, guys. I just choose not to because I figured I should, write a more in-depth story for stream. But yeah. What else can we chat about? I mentioned in the Discord that I have a headache. That's because I went to a VR concert for Le Seraphim, and the VR headset was not meant for glasses, and my nose pads gave me bruises. So now I have a crushing headache. That was my weekend. You miss cons emotionally, but realistically, you would be exhausted within the hour. I'm exhausted just thinking about the con. I literally bought cosplay this morning too, by the way. I bought my first Hanfu. So I am looking forward to tripping on my skirt.
I am back.
Welcome back.
You can see my model wigging out. My VTubers having it. Yeah, you can see it when I was leaving. I was like, well.
That's hilarious. I was explaining to chat why I have a headache.
Because you work too much?
That too. It could be in part stress. No, I went to a VR concert.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. It was not meant for glasses. So the nose pads, my nose pads on my glasses gave me bruises. It's bad. It is so bad. Fuck.
Okay. We have 42 seconds and then we can
Resume
stuff,
our normal
yes.
agenda.
was I? Oh, okay, I don't know what I was doing. I was like looking at Twitch and then I was like, why is my stream is being weird. Ads have finished. Okay. Are we like ready?
I am ready. Are you ready?
I'm never ready, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me put this. Oh my god, my Scrivener file is tiny.
Let me rearrange my windows then. It is my job to entertain chat.
It is. We're telling you stories. Actually, hold on. I need to change this a little bit. I should do this over here too. Okay, you may or may not be able to read that. I apologize. Okay. Hold on. I keep forgetting when I do this that I have to take my tongue ring out or it gets caught on my teeth. Such a TMI thing.
You're so funny.
Okay. The first note appeared 3 days after Rowan moved into the apartment, tucked neatly beside her coffee mug, which was filled to the brim with the lightest roasts she could find, like it had been there the entire time. At first she assumed she had written it to herself and forgotten. Moving had left her exhausted and absent-minded in that particular life-sucking way that came with hauling boxes up narrow staircases and pretending she still had functioning knees after the 8th trip. The state of the duplex itself certainly hadn't helped. Research told her it was only 200 years old, but the building felt older in that way only city buildings could, carrying the acceleration of so many lives existing over and over and over within its walls. The hardwood floors bowed slightly, depending on where on the plank one stepped, and was usually accompanied by the low moan or high-pitched squeak of protest. Pipes groaned whenever someone downstairs turned on the shower. The windows rattled when buses outside the street passed, and the kitchen smelled perpetually of old wood, water damage, and something faintly floral and musty lingering beneath the dust. Lavender, maybe, like dried flowers left drying far too long between the pages of a book. Outside, rain pattered softly against the old fire escape window, streaming down in gentle rivulets while dawn bled into the apartment. Pale gray and just as sleepy as Rowan felt. She stood barefoot in the kitchen on the cold hardwood in an oversized t-shirt and sleeping pants, holding the coffee pot she had not yet set down in one hand and staring at the note she held in the other. I'm terribly sorry about the noise last night. The handwriting was beautiful, elegant and swirling, the sort of penmanship you would imagine your great-great-grandmother having, or a Victorian woman of good standing sending letters to a proper nobleman suitor. Rowan frowned deeply as she studied the note longer. There hadn't been any noises. She turned the note over and back again. The paper itself felt strange too. It was thick and coarse, slightly yellowed around the edges like stationery that had been tucked away and forgotten in a drawer for many decades. It smelled slightly musty, like old books and ink. The cabinet above the sink slowly creaked open, and Rowan's eyes snapped up to the offending cabinetry. The door had stopped moving, but now sat completely wide open. "All right," she said, slowly putting the coffee pot back into its place. I just want it to be known upfront and outright that I cannot afford a dramatic haunting. Emotionally or financially, I get paid too little to do too much. Silence permeated the kitchen, only punctuated by the annoying thunk of the pipes as the downstairs neighbors started a shower. She didn't blink, but the cabinet shut itself just as quietly as it had opened, and she stared at it for a few more moments before snorting into laughter despite herself. Grandma Ruby's house had been haunted for decades by the ghost of a mischievous old man who would pull the grandchildren's hair and pinch them if they didn't scream for what he deemed was an acceptable amount of time. Her Aunt Delphine once had a ghost who would knock food and drink off the tables and open every single cabinet in the house as soon as the lights were off for the night. Well, I hope you're at least not inclined to throw shit, she said with a sigh, remembering another aunt who had a poltergeist and took a sip of her coffee. The stillness of the apartment settled around her with an odd sort of familiarity of something that was both there and not there, watching and waiting. She was not alone, but at least she hoped that they were good company. The second note appeared on the bathroom mirror 2 mornings later. She awoke disoriented, tangled in blankets, damp with sweat, and the lingering aftermath of a nightmare already slipping from her memory. Something unpleasant clung to the edges of her thoughts. Endless hallways, a feeling of being followed, the sounds of someone crying somewhere far away. By the time she sat up properly, most of it had dissolved into blurry fragments, leaving behind only an uncomfortable tightness in her chest. The television was on, an old black and white horror movie from the looks of things. It hummed in the background, a pale creature with pointed teeth stalking a woman sound asleep in a bed played out on the screen. Rowan reached over and tried and grab the remote, but could not find it in its normal place, so she threw her legs over the bed. The apartment was cold, and she sucked a breath of air through her teeth when she placed her feet down against the chilly wooden floor. She hadn't thought to turn the heater on when she went to bed, and now sorely regretted it. She headed to the bathroom, determined to clean off the layer of night sweats she had accumulated, and maybe even burn an ache or two out of her shoulders with scalding water. Steam filled the bathroom quickly once she turned the shower on, fogging the mirror completely while old pipes groaned somewhere behind the walls. She took her time, making sure to massage aching muscles in between her normal cleaning rituals, basking in the heat. Thankfully, hot water was plentiful in this building, and the water pressure was wonderfully decent. For an apartment in the city anyways. She had just stepped out of the shower and wrapped a towel around herself when she looked up to see the words slowly appearing in the condensation on the mirror. Rowan froze, curious. I am sorry about your unpleasant dream. The letters formed carefully, as though traced by an invisible fingertip moving with such ease and elegance, as if the fingertips were dancing across the surface of the glass to mimic the same flowing, beautiful script that had been on the note days ago. A pause, and then another line started to appear beneath the first. You were crying. Something inside her softened unexpectedly. Her new pen pal seemed concerned, somehow. The message carried an awkward guilt of someone who felt bad for intruding. Rowan smiled. She wasn't afraid of her invisible roommate. She had dealt with ghosts and hauntings and paranormal things her entire life. At least this one hadn't thrown a plate at her head. Yet. She found herself staring at the words, forgetting that she was in the middle of a task, and quickly picked up her toothbrush and paste. Brushing her teeth as she read the writing as it continued, this time with smaller lettering. I attempted to wake you, but accidentally upset the small black wand on your bedside table, and it startled me. Black wand? She didn't have Oh, the TV remote. It must be on the floor somewhere. A startled laugh escaped Rowan's lips, and she almost choked on her toothpaste, coughing a few times to clear her throat before rinsing her mouth. You scared yourself? The rest of the mirror remained untouched for several long moments before another sentence slowly etched itself beneath the others. It made a very abrupt sound. That it did. Rowan laughed hard enough that she had to lean against the sink to steady herself. Most people, she imagined, would not react well to discovering that they were being haunted with a ghost who wrote them notes and accidentally turned on their TVs in the middle of the night. But she was not most people. Instead, she found herself oddly charmed by the idea of a ghost startling itself with a falling TV remote. Well, she managed to gasp out eventually, still grinning. That's rather adorable. The bathroom light flickered once, indignant somehow. The haunting escalated from there, though not in any way Rowan would have expected. Normally, if something is haunting you, there's an expectation in the activity and the violence of said haunting. Shadow figures lurking in the corners or under the bed, demonic growling echoing across or through the rooms at all hours of the morning, things crawling across ceilings or whispers calling the names of those in the home. Instead, this ghost developed a surprised tendency towards domesticity. Notes began appearing everywhere in the exquisitely beautiful script that Rowan had started to become fond of. On the refrigerator beside a carton of eggs. Please eat breakfast before work today. You become quite irritable when hungry. On the inside of the front door as she was leaving. It's raining today. Do not forget your umbrella. Beside her laptop after she accidentally worked until 2 in the morning. Human beings require sleep to survive. Sleeplessness degrades quality of work. And the ghost was helpful in other ways as well. Helpful at least in ways that implied that it had been quietly observing Rowan for weeks. Missing keys reappeared neatly arranged on the side table near the door, alongside an apologetic note after she had misplaced them. I found the keys you were looking for. You appeared distressed without them. Her phone charger somehow untangled itself overnight. Dishes left in the sink occasionally washed by morning. Once, after falling asleep on the couch beneath a pile of unfinished paperwork, Rowan woke tucked carefully beneath a blanket she distinctly did not remember pulling over herself. A note sat folded on the coffee table. It was chilly this evening. You looked cold. The handwriting had become instantly recognizable by then. Delicate loops, precise little flourishes, polite phrasing squeezed into every sentence like the ghost was apologizing for still existing. But it didn't unsettle her in the slightest. Instead, Rowan found herself talking aloud in the apartment constantly. Thank you for finding my keys. Remember, I'll be home late tonight meeting some friends, she said absently for the 5th day in a row while shrugging into her coat. She really needed to find a specific place to put them, other than anywhere, when she came home from work. The lamp beside the couch flickered a handful of times, a sign that Rowan had taken to interpret as dissatisfaction. That afternoon, she discovered her bookshelf reorganized alphabetically instead of the color coordinating she had spent many painstaking hours on. She sighed and threw her hands in the air. You're so passive-aggressive for a ghost. The nearby cabinet slammed shut with suspicious force. They both fell into an easy routine of work and notes and chores and one-sided conversations. Rowan buried herself in the work she took home, and somehow always found herself woken up, tucked into a blanket she didn't remember curling into. One morning, Rowan overslept. She knew that she was going to regret working so late on that presentation as she stumbled groggily across the bedroom, already swearing under her breath. Halfway to the closet, she stopped. An outfit had been carefully laid out in the chair next to the closet door. Dark jeans, her black ankle boots, the charcoal sweater she liked but rarely wore because it sat shoved all the way to the back of her closet, and who had time for that? Everything folded carefully and neatly, with a handwritten note on top. This combination makes your shoulders look very attractive. Rowan stared for a moment and squinted at the smaller writing that had been added afterwards beneath the sentence. Respectfully. A slow grin spread across Rowan's face. No, really now, she whispered into an empty apartment. You've been admiring me that closely? Something crashed violently in the bedroom and she peeked her head in. Or in the bathroom and she peeked her head in. Her toothbrush and the cup it was in lay rocking in the sink. Rowan leaned against the doorframe, a hand held against her lips to stifle a giggle, while the silence grew thicker in the room. You're embarrassed, she said with a chortle. That's actually adorable. The light bulb in the bathroom burst in what she could only interpret as panic. It was early spring when she learned the ghost's name from Miss Alderwick, her downstairs neighbor. The much older woman possessed an almost supernatural ability to know someone's business before they did, and Rowan had seen enough things in this lifetime she was convinced it could be magic. She got the distinct impression that the old woman had been waiting years for someone to ask about the invisible roommate in the apartment above. Eleanor, Miss Alderwick said immediately when Rowan brought it up one evening beside the mailboxes. Oh, she likes you, the old woman said with a conspiratorial wink and a waggle of her finger. Rowan blinked. That feels like an alarming way to phrase that. The old woman cackled loudly enough to startle the pigeons off the nearby power line. Rowan was shocked she had so much breath left in her lungs. Rain had fallen earlier that afternoon, leaving sidewalks slick and shining beneath the streetlights. The city smelled like wet concrete mixed with the faint blossoms of spring, while distant traffic murmured steadily beyond the block. Miss Alderwick sat down on a small bench that was placed just outside the door, her mail tucked beneath one arm. Her family owned the house long before it was split into apartments, far before this place was ever as big as it is now. She gestured vaguely towards the city. This building used to be an old carriage house, and her family was renowned for their carriages and smithing. My great-grandmother used to speak fondly of her. They were best girlfriends, you know. Always said she was such a quiet little thing, sweet but nervous around everybody, and was always overshadowed by her siblings. The woman smiled faintly, her eyes gazing off into the distance as she was remembering things from her own childhood. Never got the chance to marry, never even dated, far as I know. What happened to her? Passed in her sleep, she said with a shrug. Natural causes. She had a weak heart. Peaceful, at least. Rowan found herself thinking back to some of her research in the history of the house, and she did vaguely remember something about the owner of the house having a tragic loss in the family. Her thoughts wandered back to the notes that waited for her every morning, the carefully folded blankets, the awkward little compliments hidden between apologies. She never really lived, Miss Alderwick continued quietly. I think maybe she regretted that. She tries to help out the tenants whenever she can. Unfortunately, most of them don't take too kindly to her. It's hard to keep the rooms filled. Something twisted mournfully in Rowan's chest. A lonely woman had died in this house centuries ago and now spent her afterlife panic cleaning kitchens and leaving notes scalding the tenants into taking better care of themselves in the remnants of what was once her home. She's painfully awkward, Rowan murmured. Miss Alderwick nodded solemnly. As in life, so in death. But she's taken a liking to you. Don't let her down. That night, the apartment glowed warm beneath dim yellow apartment lights while rain pattered steadily against the windows. Rowan sat curled into the corner of the couch beneath a blanket with an untouched mug of tea warming her hands. Eleanor, she said softly. The overhead light flickered immediately and Rowan smiled to herself at the acknowledgement. The apartment never felt empty, even in the silence of a work-from-home day. She could feel Eleanor moving carefully around the edges of the room, like someone hovering outside a door, afraid of being intrusive. Whenever Rowan looked tired, the drawers opened more quietly, cabinets shut gently. Sometimes she caught movement from the corner of her eyes, a faint shift in the curtains over her shoulder, or just the subtle dip of couch cushions beside her, lingering for a time before disappearing just as quietly as it had arrived. You know, Rowan said, leaning her head back against the couch, you don't actually have to apologize for everything. The apartment was still, only the low rumble of thunder in the distance breaking the silence. The lamp slowly blinked twice. I mean it, Rowan's voice softened. You're honestly the least threatening ghost I could imagine. You don't have to apologize just because a few people couldn't handle who you are. The room temperature plummeted, and suddenly her breath came out in billowing clouds. A notepad launched itself violently off the kitchen counter and skidded across the hardwood floor with enough force to slam against the couch. A pen followed a moment later. Rowan eyed the pieces of stationery warily. Okay, mildly threatening. The pen and notepad lifted shakily into the air. I can absolutely be scarier. Rowan hid a smile behind her hand as she tapped her fingers against her lips. I believe you, but I don't think you will, she said with a chuckle. The lights blinked out. Every cabinet in the kitchen exploded open at once with a deafening clatter. The television snapped violently to static. Something hissed unintelligibly from the hallway. Rowan jumped so hard she nearly dropped her tea. The pen immediately started to scribble furiously across the paper. I am very sorry. Please disregard that. The kitchen cabinets quietly but quickly shut themselves one by one with soft little clicks. A thought occurred to Rowan, and she took a sip of her tea to swallow the laugh that threatened to burst from her chest. Taking a moment to compose herself, she sat up straight. Eleanor, she said carefully, are you trying to impress me? Silence returned to the apartment for a moment before the pen started moving again. No. Rowan crossed her arms. A pause. Then another sentence appeared beneath in small writing. Maybe a little. Warmth spread through Rowan's chest, a feeling of appreciation and affection, and just a little melancholy. Because suddenly, beneath all the humor, sat something achingly human. The spirit of a woman who had died alone, who still became nervous around someone she liked even after death itself. Someone who left notes reminding Rowan to eat breakfast, to get up and stretch after sitting for extended periods, who laid out outfits for her before work, because caring for her now was the only thing left in the world she could do to prove that she was once alive. Rowan smiled softly toward the empty kitchen. Well, she murmured gently, for what it's worth, I think you're doing a very good job. A sharp pop echoed through the duplex as all the lights in the building burst. Rowan didn't mind having an invisible roommate with a crush on her. She hoped that in time, Eleanor could eventually find peace in the afterlife. The end.
That's it.
I know that's...
I was so invested. What the fuck?
Because, okay, I got to the... Because, I'm not gonna lie, I ended up stopping after the conversation with Miss Alderwick, and I was like, I don't know how to, like... I don't know how to
end it.
I don't know how to end this. So I was like, I just like, I guess there is not gonna be any. This is my cliffhanger revenge.
Okay. I mean, you know, it's not a massive cliffhanger. It's just, I think we could live together. I think this is fine.
4 seasons in a movie. I was like, if I was gonna write a contemporary, like, supernatural romance thing, I would probably do this one. I thought, like, as I was writing this, like, I really liked.
I was gonna say, this was almost what mine was. I was gonna do something very similar, and then I did a complete 180 because I
that's
heard a
really
song
fun. Yeah,
on
yeah.
my playlist. It was so funny. Oh my god.
I wanted it to be
can't
cute
wait
and
to
gay.
explain it. Okay, so mine was gonna be like 2 roommates living together, but one of them is like so absorbed in like their schoolwork, whatever, they just didn't notice that their roommate disappeared because they died. So they communicate with each other through post-it notes, like, "Hey, remember to do the dishes."
Oh my
Hey,
god! So
remember to do this.
that would be
And
crazy.
they
Actually,
don't know that they're dead. That's the thing.
I would have. Okay,
but-
that needs to be a novel. I would read the shit out of that one.
But instead, you got a fucking medieval period
That's
piece.
true. Actually, wonderful start to Pride Month. I didn't even think about that. Actually, is yours kind of gay?
I didn't either. It just happened to roll into this week.
It was a good
this
thing we
month.
had that time off. Yeah. Happy Pride Month, everybody. I hope you enjoy all the gay Yuri.
It's like we planned it.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean. We planned this. This was totally the intention all along.
Me at 4 a.m. KO, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I need a break.
And then they were roommates. No, for real. I had originally, like, when I was originally writing this, the ghost was going to be only like, it was like 40 years like in the past. And I was like, no, I want it to be somebody that would be like, yeah, I saw the comment with the wand thing, and I didn't know how you would describe a fucking remote. The black rectangle. I figured, like, if she's like 200 years old, maybe she's like, oh, this is all sorcery. It's fine.
I like that our ghosts have opposite handwriting. Like, your ghost has neat handwriting.
Uh-huh.
Mine is illegible.
That's really funny, actually. Oh, so the ghost is me. My handwriting is atrocious.
Okay, I
Okay.
barely adhered to the prompt. I'm just telling you that right now. Because it's
Go
not
back up.
really about the post-it notes and apologizing.
You know what, though? I feel like that's just the opener. That is like the opener. It opens with this, and then you can take it away. You know?
Okay.
Yeah. I have faith. I have faith.
Okay.
Okay, let me close that.
I just had an ad break, so I should not see one for like an hour.
Oh,
or
okay, good.
so.
Okay,
I'll
cool.
try to find a good spot to like pause when I see the notification pop up. But
Okay.
yeah, because there are definitely places to take a break.
Pride Month. Oh, maybe,
Yeah.
oh, hold on. Maybe that, like, we should do themes with our stories this month. Everything should be gay.
I choked. Without context, that's great. That's immaculate. That's terrific.
You know what I mean? Hi, Book.
I lied. My ads are now, by the way.
Oh,
My ads are in yeah. Okay, that's really funny.
that's okay. We can have a break. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Tiny break.
yeah, and like the stories should be gay or otherwise LGBTQ, like, you know, stuff. And maybe not even like expressly gay, but like, you know, within the Pride Month theme.
I will see what I can cook up.
I mean, I'm gonna do it. I think that's gonna be my thing. Everything. Book. I should have known the book would love that a little bit. I need to do some bingo stuff because I feel like there have been some bingo things. Let's see. I feel when I was reading that too, I stumbled so much. I don't know what is going on. I was having such a hard time reading that.
Dude, it's gonna be me because the longer the story goes, the more I stutter.
Oh, no, book. Oh no. Wait, hold on. Let's see.
Typos. Typos are the theme.
Oh, I guess we already did the I have yawned like a million times already, so you're gonna get that one too.
Oh no. I'm gonna put you to sleep.
No, I mean, no, but also, oh no. Okay, I think that's good. Did somebody already call the quotes? Oh, I guess if you made a quote, you probably called it, so yes. I am the silly. Shared a brain cell? Oh. Hold on. Let me go back up. So yes, I can see, actually. It's actually really funny. I shouldn't. No. Yeah, I don't often do like cutesy cute, but I was like, I feel like this one could be like cutesy cute.
I was thinking about, so there's one more person, a part of that like modern day trio AU that I kind of made. Destiny doesn't have a story yet, so I thought this would be Destiny's, but with the way I wanted it to end, I was like, I don't think that this fits her story.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna wait for a different prompt.
I was trying desperately how I could figure out how to do the deja vu dating story in with this one. I was trying, but I couldn't.
Apartment. It's the same apartment.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Canonically, it's the same apartment.
I think this is the one where I didn't reference any previous work. This one's by itself.
Oh, a new AU. Okay. Introducing new stories. I got you.
As it takes place in the past, it'll probably get referenced in a different story in the future. But everything in the story though has like some like real world or mythological equivalent too. So most of it is a reference.
I did have to search carriage houses, by the way. I did have to do some research. Yeah, I did. I forgot to mention that because I was like, oh, Kit would be so proud of me right now. I'm actually doing some research.
I keep saying this because I want to stress how much I researched. Like this was a solid 3 days of researching at work, like in between breaks and shit.
That's funny.
To make sure that it's I can't even use this term because it's not wuxia exactly, and it's not zhanxia, which is the other like type of genre that follows like gods and stuff. It's
just it together. It's
feudal. It's feudal China basically. But I had to research all the names, the court rankings, and I swear to God, I must be put on like so many watch lists because I was like researching how to hide a body, what medieval poisons existed during this time and in this area.
Nah, girl, I do that all the time. I'm like, I am on several watch lists, I swear.
No, I mean, you will see why.
Did I ever tell you about the thing I had to search when I was writing a supernatural thriller?
Probably not.
I had to research like how long it takes for a body to decay in a garbage bag.
Okay, I think the one that's the most sus for me is if you hide a body in a house, how do you prevent it from smelling? Like, I didn't feasibly know how that wouldn't have been brought up. I'm like, why did no one investigate it?
True crime. I was literally just gonna be like, I like watch a lot of true crime though too. So that body, if it's buried in the house, I probably could have answered that for you.
I was like researching poisons too. I'm like, okay, I don't want to use arsenic and I don't want to use nightshade. What else can kill a person in this time period?
Oh, there's I'm not. Oh, okay, that's not my. Yeah, never mind. I'm not gonna say.
You will find out. You will find out.
Yeah. There's a lot of things, actually.
There are many things, but I'm like, okay, geographically, what would have been available to like, you know, this region, that kind of thing.
Yep.
But yeah, from a modern haunting of roommates to a murder mystery, a political murder mystery drama.
Quintavana book. Okay, let me know when you're ready.
Well,
I will mute.
Okay. Let me take one more sip of. I don't even know what this is. It's an electrolyte drink. Alrighty. Strap in, because this is a long one. And it comes with a fat set of trigger warnings. So. Warning. The following content contains graphic depictions of death and violence, including visceral dismemberment, bodily amalgamation, and implied suicidal thoughts. Viewers' discretion is advised. Dancing clouds chasing orchids. Huh. So this is what helping others gets you banished, Yunhao thought, as her fine silk slippers stopped at the edge of the gate to their new residence.
My lady, perhaps we just need to do some cleaning,
Ryuyi nervously said as she surveyed the courtyard.
A lot of cleaning.
Yunhao scoffed. Dilapidated did not begin to describe the state of their apartments. It certainly looked like it had been abandoned for many years and was aptly named the Cold Palace. It's where dignity goes to die, apparently. She just had to open her mouth. She just had to prove she had every right to be here amidst the demure flowers of the inner palace. She who knew nothing of court matters or the echelons of high fashion. She only knew how to wield a sword, anything with a blade, really. Even a stick would do, as she had just proved. She was the beloved daughter of the great General Lei, after all, the cloud leopard, the roaring thunder, as the glint of his spear cleaves through the battlefield. He had vied for her to become a noble lady within the imperial harem. And Yunhao was determined to fit in, not to be seen as a brute, the beetle in this field of fragrant lilies. Who could have guessed that the selections would have overlapped with a visit from the southern kingdom of Nan? Or perhaps Princess Sheng of Nan was looking to become a member of the inner court as well. The women of the south were not like the delicate jade flowers of the northern capital. They were all battle-hardened, trained to fight, each one a true warrior, and Yunhao was convinced she had been born into the wrong province. But this was her home, and she could not stand to watch as this foreign princess disrespected their rules and traditions.
Look at you all, so thin and frail.
Princess Shen laughed, the ornaments on her belt rattling as she stalked between the rows of women present at the selections.
I'd compare you to bamboo, but I'm afraid the only thing you share in common is how flexible you all must be.
Is that the only skill required? Goodness. The emperor must be very easy to please. Well, that did it. Yunhao had opened her mouth before her brain could catch up with the words coming out of it. Apologize. The silence was frigid. Princess Shen turned towards Yunhao, who had called her out from a few rows away.
Excuse me? I said apologize. There are many women here who have honed their skills since birth just for the chance to serve our emperor, to attribute all their hard work to just how they can serve him elsewhere. It's a great disservice to them.
Yunhao lifted her chin as she met the rage-filled gaze of the princess before her. If she were to be beheaded now, she was hoping it wouldn't distract her dear brother Mingzi from passing his upcoming court exams.
Oh, and what skills do you have?
The princess said mockingly. And that had been the final nail in the proverbial coffin of her own making. Yunhao had then challenged Princess Sheng of the South to a sparring match. So confident in her skill, she even said she'd use a stick to the princess's sword. Not only did she win the match, but she also earned the respect of the fiery princess of Nan herself, after which the two could frequently be seen exchanging letters. Word spread like wildfire, and her rank within the imperial harem had changed overnight. She had been elevated to concubine, despite never having met the emperor. Envy clung like jealous vines to the walls of the inner palace. Stupid consort Min. She had gone immediately to Consort Jing, who was significantly more established than the two of them and was in charge of managing most affairs for the imperial harem.
A much larger palace, Yunhao had been told. It boasted the opulence and size rivaling that of a noble consort's living quarters. This was the least they could do after having been saved from the scrutiny of Princess Shen. Yeah, right. No one was thrilled in the change in rankings, not even Yunhao, who at best expected to be a forgotten relic within the inner court. Not only did it paint a huge target on her back, but she knew now she would never live down the allegations that had followed her. She was just an ungraceful bull, dressed in last season's silk. And now she resided in the most rundown corner of the entire imperial capital. She'd be forgotten, all right. Knowing her luck, she'd fall through the floorboards with no one but Ru Yi to run and report her body.
Do you think it's haunted?
Ru Yi whispered, clutching her broom handle. No more than I think Consort Jing has actual eyes on the back of her head.
You're right. Not silly.
A resounding crash can be heard inside.
Should I send an owl to General Lei? It's not too late, my lady.
Yunhao smacked her palm against her own forehead. Her residence was absolutely haunted. Yunhao couldn't even pretend otherwise, like Ru Yi was content to, wistfully in blissful, feigned ignorance. In fact, she noticed it more when Ru Yi wasn't there. When she found herself alone on a quiet day, when her handmaiden was off accosting the rest of the palace staff for the blatant withholding of supplies to their abandoned sector of the palace. It started with small things, the standard objects losing their place, and the floorboards creaking ominously at night. Occasionally, there was a lingering chill that seemed to pass her by, one that definitely embodied the name of their residence. The grounds of the cold palace always remained several degrees colder than what was beyond the threshold of the gate. It was summer for Nua's sake, and yet her teeth were chattering. Yunhao swore under her breath, rubbing her hands together. She had been taking a break, cleaning out what was left unsalvageable from the ruins of her estate. Unmaintained furniture that was falling apart, cracked porcelain cups, and moth-eaten robes. This place had not been occupied in decades, and it was blatantly apparent from the neglect of what had once been considered finery. Later that evening, when Ru Yi had retired for the night to her separate room, Yunhao once again felt the same chill prickle at the back of her neck. Resting neatly folded upon the newly polished table of the master chambers was a warmly padded cloud brocade, somehow surviving the insect plague of all the garments before it. On top of its finely embroidered surface, on a torn square of parchment, was a note with a single word. It was written in the most ghoulish handwriting Yunhao had ever seen. Sorry. Huh. All right. She was being haunted, but it was by an oddly considerate ghost. The meaning was not lost on her. A warm cloud brocade for the one with cloud in her name, and an apology for causing her the chills.
Okay,
she whispered, crumpling the note in her hands.
Okay. That was strangely thoughtful, and I'm not one to look a gifted horse in the mouth.
Maybe they could learn to coexist. That is what she had thought until the jarring crash from a book falling off the shelf caused her to cut her finger on the strings of a guqin a few days later, which resulted in another nightmarish note with a one-word apology and a ripe peach. This soon became a routine of sorts, one in which Yunhao found rather endearing. It was one full of countless notes and small gifts, from hastily written apologies to requests to leaving certain books off the shelf. Whoever was watching clearly meant her no real harm. In fact, it was quite the opposite. Her ghostly companion was determined not to scare her away, and it was like living with a roommate she just couldn't see. She couldn't help but wonder more about them. Ru Yi, however, was still terrified, despite the specter's best efforts to convey peace. Her sense of unease was only growing with the ongoing investigations outside the palace. Speaking of Ru Yi, her handmaiden arrived nearly out of breath later that morning to deliver a message.
My lady! It's bad! Consort Min's on her way, requesting an audience, she wheezed.
Yunhao scoffed. There was hardly any prior notice. It was clear this was just another chance to mock her, to remind her that her rank was empty and her presence meant nothing within the inner court. If she wants to gossip, I'll give her something to gossip about, she muttered, straightening her sleeves, silently wishing her spectral roommate would partake in her dastardly plot. She also hoped they still had his tea set that wasn't chipped. But as it turned out, she didn't have to worry. Consort Min had procured her own, claiming she had a rare brew from the east to share with her. Yunhao blinked in disbelief as Consort Min's attendant adjusted her grip on the teapot between pores. Are you kidding me? This was such a blatantly obvious attempt. She was the Thunder General's daughter, and she had seen elephants with more subtlety. An assassin's teapot. What was the plan here? Consort Min would have been the last to see her when they found her corpse. Is she stupid?
In all likelihood, this wasn't a poison meant to kill her, but perhaps cause her great discomfort and embarrassment. As she contemplated the cups in front of her, something on the edge of the table caught her eye. Written in tiny droplets in the corner of her side of the wood, there were 2 words from her ghostly companion. She almost smiled. "Don't drink." Well, that's cute, Yunhao thought, deftly swapping the cups. Her company and her servant were none the wiser. She downed her portion, resolving herself to make small talk with the serpentine woman across from her, who could not hide her glee as she drank. She caught wind later from Ru Yi that Consort Min had regrettably been bedridden after her untimely visit. She tried to pin her grievous illness upon her, that Yun Hao was the one who invited her to the cold palace with the intent to poison. She really must be stupid, Yun Hao thought, watching the flurry of court officials locate the original tea set at Consort Min's palace. Both the herbs and the double-chambered teapot made it clear who had planned what, and thus, Consort Min was no more. Well, she was fine, her head was still attached. It was just Concubine Min now. The only thing that had truly suffered was her dignity and social standing. Both had died tragically. Is this really court life? She wondered. What was the joy of sabotage? She'd much rather knock some sense into her opponents physically, as much as she did with a particular southern dignitary. It was certain to say nothing was ever boring now, however. Even with her little slice of the supernatural, life in the inner palace was fast-paced, and loyalties changed rapidly, sometimes overnight. Tensions were a little higher than usual, as reports of missing villagers began circulating amongst the guards with urgency. There were 2 primary factions within the inner palace. There was Consort Jing. She was backed by the Empress Dowager, having a vast network of eyes and ears within the palace, one that extended far beyond its walls. In contrast was noble Consort Shu, who was 1 full rank higher. Her position was second only to that of the Queen Mother, and she was grace and beauty personified. She rose through the ranks quickly, capturing the hearts of the people and the Emperor with her gentle kindness. It was rumored she was the favored one to become the Empress. After Concubine Min's demotion, there was only Consort Han left within their rank. She was warm-hearted with a boisterous laugh, and it was clear how her earnest charm and optimism had won the affections of the king. She preferred to stay well out of conflict, far out of the way of the raging phoenixes beside her. Within Yun Hao's own rank as concubine, there were concubines Fei and Zhao, both of whom were radiant and noble in their own right. The 2 of them were genuinely good friends as well. They could frequently be seen in the pavilion playing chess together. There was concubine Li, who was quietly withdrawn in her elegance. She came from a noble family of scholars and high-ranking officials. Much like Yun Hao, she only appeared at banquets. Lastly, there was concubine Chun, who was as pure and innocent as her namesake. She was from the East, joining the harem as a part of a political alliance at age 14, rather than a true match for the Emperor. Complicated was what the Cloud concubine herself thought, and it was about to become even more so at the upcoming midsummer banquet. It was rumored that the Emperor himself might attend. As such, it fell upon Consort Jin to plan it all. It was decided, in all fairness, to let the lower-ranking members of the inner palace, the concubines, display the skills they've been cultivating in the hopes that they might capture the attention of their sovereign. Yun Hao knew that this was where her background, or lack of one, would catch up to her. Her youth had been spent wrangling horses, tossing around soldiers twice her size, and learning how to be like the famed cloud leopard she was named after. She did not know how to speak with the alluring lilt in her voice the others had. She could barely match what shoes to wear with which robes. She could not sing the ballads of the winds like concubine Li, nor play the flute and the pipa like concubines Fei and Zhao had planned for their duet. Even concubine Min had planned a beautiful dance of fans, her figure flowing like water. Why couldn't she be exempt like concubine Chun? Yun Hao sadly dropped her head in her palm as she leaned distraught on the table, mournfully eyeing the peeling, discolored plaster between the shelves of the studies. This was it. She was going to join her ghostly companion in the afterlife, after what was left of her social prestige would be slain on stage within a fortnight. At least that's what she had resolved herself to, before her roommate so graciously startled her out of her maudlin thoughts by dropping a heavy book off the top shelf. Goodness, she muttered, wondering why there was a need for such dramatics. It was then she paused, scanning the title of the text in disbelief. Silver Winds, Moving Dragons. It was a guide, Yun Hao realized. A guide to sword dancing. Oh my god, She shouted, "Oh my god, you're a genius!" She was already calculating how she would need to adjust her stance to mimic the elegant, refined sequence before her.
You literally saved me from a lifetime of embarrassment. How can I repay you? I can't even see you,
she asked, looking around the empty study, the book clutched in her hand like a lifeline. A scrap of paper floated down from another shelf. It had one word written, torn from another text. Win. Yunhao blinked. She could return the favor by ensuring she won. A smile that was much too wide bloomed across her face. She would have a sword in her hands after all. Defeat was not a possibility. Come the night of the banquet, she had prepared all she could. It was a night full of rich delicacies, the finest wines, and the most wonderful entertainment, courtesy of the inner court. The emperor was not present, but that did not stop the illustrious duet that concubines Fei and Zhao had performed, nor did it halt the exquisite ballad of the mountains that concubine Li sang. Even concubine Min's dexterous dance of fans weaved a spellbinding display of skill. But none were prepared for concubine Yun's dance of steel and wind. She was a blur with glinting blades, her silk sleeves soaring behind her. She was a figure of storm and power darting through unseen foes, her blades curving in complicated arcs. This was her truth, the foundations of her legacy for all to see. She was proud to be a cub of the thunderous cloud leopard of the north. And when it was over, when the music had reached its last crescendo, and she stood at the center, blades held out in the final stance, no one could deny that she belonged, that she had a place among the demure flowers of the inner palace. For what was strength without beauty? If only for that night, she was both. A slow clap could be heard, and there was an air of stillness before everyone dropped to their knees in deference. The emperor had arrived. Yunhao hastily dropped her swords to follow suit, not daring to look her king in the eye. A murmur washed through the crowd. What, was this a bad idea? Why had no one stopped her? Brandishing a sword in front of the emperor, her brother Mingzu would foam at the mouth over the sheer audacity. Yunhao herself could not believe the aftermath, her mind still reeling later that night as she told, well, no one. She told the one she couldn't see all that had happened. Not only was her head still attached to her body, but she was consort Yun now, the consort of the clouds.
I never thought being haunted would bring so much good fortune, she laughed. I don't even know your name, and it's been weeks.
All was silent. She knew better than to expect a reply. Yet she could have sworn to have seen movement by the window. Unable to ignore it, she got up, only to find a tiny hand mirror glimmering within the dark, heavy leaves of a potted white orchid that rested on the sill. Was this a clue? An orchid? Was it the color? The flower itself? Lan? She tested aloud. Maybe Shui Lan? A snowy orchid.
Surely it's not bad luck to name a ghost after something white.
Close enough, she thought. She didn't hear a rattle of disapproval or the sound of another book being dropped. She smiled, now having something to call her friend. In all truth, life as a consort wasn't all that much different than a concubine. It was just that her presence was now required at the morning assembly with the other consorts. Consort Jing was still largely in charge of affairs regarding the inner palace, leaving little else to be managed, certainly not for anyone new like her. Yunhao found herself mindlessly strumming the guzheng in front of her, drifting back to her practice. She heard from concubine Fei that it might be easier to learn than the guqin, since it required less integration of the left hand, something that might be tricky for beginners. However, it was still the same. She could not follow the notes in the pamphlet in front of her, the booklet she was sorely tempted to throw, before she heard the resounding notes of the second guzheng lying on the floor. It was abandoned by Ru Yi, who had also given up trying to teach her graceless mistress how to be a lady, an endeavor that was certainly doomed from the start. Tentatively, she struck the same chord she had heard, and a new set of notes played, which she then followed. Together, they'd continued in tandem, and she realized she was only playing the right-handed notes, while her friend compiled the rest.
Is this a new game, Langer?
Yunhao laughed, finding it easy to strum along to the melody being shown to her.
This doesn't sound half bad.
She was almost in shock, so used to her own tonelessness, making her wish she had earplugs. She was so lost in the beauty of the melody that they weaved together that she almost missed the heavy knock at the front gate. Her fingers paused as she saw Ru Yi run to the courtyard, only to watch her hastily sprint back.
My lady, there's a man at the gate to see you.
She trailed off uncertainly. Yunhao stiffened, knowing what was being implied. This visit was very odd. Despite being in a more secluded section of the inner palace, the rules were still quite clear. It was guarded and served by eunuchs. No intact men were permitted to enter the imperial harem for the safety and security of the emperor's lineage and the woman who resided there. Yunhao hastily followed her handmaiden back to the front gate, where this mysterious stranger was waiting. "Ah, good afternoon, Consort Yun," the man greeted politely. He was dressed in the garrison's standard-issued uniform, not a tie out of place. But something felt off. The armor gleamed, almost as if it was brand new, and his demeanor was much too regal for that of a simple soldier. Even his elegantly arcing eyebrows had a sense of nobility etched into them. There was no mistaking who this was. What an incredibly silly man.
Peisha,
she hastily greeted, unsure if she should drop into a full bow or if he truly intended to keep up with this ridiculous ruse. The Emperor, Hao Yu, chuckled as he unclipped the helmet of his flimsy disguise. "You are as sharp as your blade, consort of the clouds."
No, I just have eyes.
She slapped her hand over her mouth at what she just blurted out in front of the dragon of the Empire. To her surprise, he merely laughed again. "I see your words are perhaps your sharpest weapon," he said with a grin, mirth dancing in his eyes.
Oh yeah, the sharpest weapon on which
"I frequently impale myself on," she muttered. By the gods, why was she like this? But the Emperor did not seem to mind, smiling gently at her candor as he followed her inside to have a cup of tea at her insistence. He had been drawn to the doors of the cold palace by a melody, one that his mother used to play. When Yunhao heard this, she couldn't help but wonder if her ghostly friend had known he was nearby and guided her into this incredibly personal encounter. It was an opportunity she knew the women of the harem would kill for, and she could not believe the spark this meeting had started, a meeting that had kindled a small shared happiness, one she felt would not be the last. As she lay awake that night, she turned towards the flickering candle.
Who are you, Langer? Just once, I wish I could thank you properly.
She thought about everything she had helped her accomplish and all the dangers she had warned her of.
I wish we weren't worlds apart. Just once, I'd really like to meet you.
With this quiet wish, Yunhao drifted off to sleep. When she opened her eyes, all was not as it seemed. She wasn't within her chambers at the cold palace. She was in a vast, cloudy field of greens and purples. Tall reeds swayed in a breeze she couldn't feel. The sun's rays shone through the mist with a warmth that wasn't reflected. Standing before her was a woman donning embroidered robes of white. She looked like a celestial, breathtakingly beautiful as her long hair drifted freely around her. Yunhao somehow knew who this was. She had felt her presence over her shoulder, guiding her since her time in the inner palace had begun.
Langer.
This was a dream. Her voice did not carry, nor did it echo as it would in a real field of lavender. The woman softly smiled, beckoning her closer.
Zhao Yu,
she said fondly, her voice light and melodic. Little Rain. Yunhao blinked at the nickname, finding it rather touching.
Is this real?
Yunhao asked, completely stunned.
How is this possible?
Bewildered, she looked around at the empty fields, the lonely skies, only to have her gaze guided back to the spectral presence beside her.
The world between spirits must be closer than that of the living,
she said gently, gesturing languidly with the grace and fluidity befitting of her otherworldly nature.
Here, I can move freely.
You have terrible handwriting, by the way, Yunhao said, before she could stop herself. Shui Lan quirked an eyebrow.
You try writing with a brick when you're floating in water,
she quipped back.
That's what it feels like moving objects in the world of the living,
she said with a laugh. Yunhao had so many questions, things she wanted to ask about the world, spirits, what it was like to be a ghost, but mostly she wanted to know about the woman before her, the presence that had guided her with gentle hands, making each day feel a little less lonely. She had countless questions, and so she asked. All night long, they laughed and shared the stories of their lives, the difference between the eras they had lived in, and all the spaces in between. And when dawn came, when Yunhao could feel her body in the real world begin to wake, she still had many more things she wanted to tell and know about the woman beside her.
Do you think we'll meet again?
She asked, almost afraid of the answer.
I'm sure that we will. I'll be there when you wake up, and I'll be there to watch you drop another book on your foot.
Shui Lan grinned.
That was one time, and I'm pretty sure you dropped it on me. They soon fell into a new routine, one that drifted into the blissful hours of the night. They met upon the edges between this world and the next, upon a bridge built by dreams, where they were gently guided back to their respective sides when Yun Hao awoke at dawn. True to his word, when he could slip away, the Emperor would also occasionally visit her during the day to join her for tea. But she found herself looking forward more to these quiet moments at night. She could see the lingering affection for her simmering within the eyes of the king, but she couldn't deny the way her heart began to feel a pull in another direction. She yearned for something she did not wish to name. It was a silent confession to herself that she could not speak, at least not aloud, for she was never truly alone, and she would not wish it any other way. Shui Lan's presence, though not visible or physically tangible, could still be felt, a solid anchor amidst the turbulent currents of the inner court, and a balm against the panicked hushed whispers that had begun to spread. Something was lurking in the shadows, and perhaps a more sinister game was afoot. There were new, disturbing reports in the capital, all regarding the people who had gone missing. Their bodies had begun turning up, and they were not fully intact. It started with deep claw marks, gaping rivets torn in rows of 4 along the back. The number itself was a terrible omen. Then the victims' bodies began appearing with their eyes missing, crushed within the skull, or gouged clean out. The latest ones had turned up with their hearts torn clean out of their chests, a hollow, gaping hole where they had once beat. A demon, the townspeople whispered fearfully as they were escorted into their homes. The palace implemented a nationwide curfew starting in the capital. There were reports of people who swore their houses were being marked for death by a monster. They would say their roofs dripped as though they were leaking, but the liquid that ran was not water. It was blood, draining from a carcass on the roof that had matching scores of 4 along the body. Gu Honao was the name they whispered in bated breath. A bird of prey, a demon who could shed its feathers and take on the guise of a beautiful woman. The more Yun Hao heard, the clearer the narrative was. There was a fiend in disguise within the inner palace. Perhaps the one who had risen the ranks the fastest, someone who had bewitched the emperor and was set on consuming the nation from within. The target was not her, but noble consort Shu, the highest-ranking member of the imperial harem. Time was running out, and the other faction was making its move. The lives of the villagers lost were just a trivial cost in this high-stakes game of political chess. Fearing a possible coup, Yun Hao tried her best to teach the women in the inner court how to defend themselves, at least long enough for help to arrive. She patiently guided Concubine Chun through the stances again, concubines Fei and Zhao working together to understand the movements. You don't have to be strong, she told them. You just have to be smart. Use your size, your speed, and your knowledge of these corridors to escape. Even Concubine Min attended, but surprisingly, it was Concubine Li who seemed the most determined to learn how to fight. Yun Hao did her best to appear calm, but in truth, her mind was racing. She had her own thoughts about who was really behind the mass murders, and she would relay her suspicions to Shui Lan at night, giving her every hour of the day to theorize. After a week, her churning thoughts came to a halt when she glanced at the Empress Dowager during the morning assembly. She never asked, but she had always wondered why, amidst all the fine embroidery and the shimmering bracelets of gold and lapis lazuli, Shui Lan only had one earring. It was a large teardrop-shaped jade with an intricately carved rising phoenix. Its color made it unmistakable. It was a bright and clear lavender, and its other half was currently sitting upon the hollow of the Empress Dowager's throat. Yun Hao gulped, turning her head as her mind began to race anew. The pieces were falling into place. She just hoped she wasn't too late. The worst came to fruition when a piercing alarm cut through the night, ripping Yun Hao from Shui Lan's arms and the safety of the land of dreams. Concubine Li was found dead in her palace by a passing maid. She had screamed when she saw that her heart had been torn out of her chest, her back scored with 4 deep cuts, the edges of her flesh serrated where they split. The entire room was splattered in red, pelts of blackened feathers laid in matted heaps. But the worst of it all was her eyes.
The top of her face was gouged beyond recognition, and her perfectly painted lips were forever slackened in horror. Her eyes had been removed, and they had been replaced with beady crimson-red ones, with bird's eyes. The surrounding flesh was outlined by an eerie ring of gold, a delicate, unnatural plumage. The message was clear. The demon was here. It had arrived in the palace and demanded retribution and blood. A murder, especially one within the inner court, could not go unanswered. This was the final card the opposing faction had played to push noble consort Shu out, to have her dragged down and stripped of her rank before the court of officials, to be executed before the bells tolled for the deceased. Yunhao would not let this happen, not while the true culprit was free to roam. She had been witness to the deep feelings of adoration that had blossomed between the emperor and noble consort Shu, a love that was pure, just as it was true, and she wholeheartedly wished for her to be the one to stand by his side. Yunhao had known concubine Li would have likely wished for the same thing. Yunhao knew she would have fought with every ounce of life she had left, that she had kicked, bitten, and gouged at her assailant to get away, just as she had taught her. Those wounds would leave lasting marks. Silently, she whispered her thanks to concubine Li for this final clue. In the end, it was Consort Jing who was sent to rot beneath the palace. Bound in chains, she screamed as her handmaiden since childhood was beheaded before her eyes. Her maid's arms were lined with the irrefutable proof of how hard concubine Li had fought, crescent-shaped bite marks that had littered her forearms. Found a perfect match of teeth, and she was executed, along with several other mercenaries who had been present. Consort Jing was left to her fate, but Yunhao knew she needed her help if she wanted to catch the true person behind a dynasty's worth of corruption. It hadn't even taken much convincing for her to concede. After all, once a traitor learns they've been backstabbed, the urge to get even is the only thing that keeps them sane. The Empress Dowager was calm as she sipped her tea across from the man who wasn't even her son. The previous emperor had never shown her that much favor. They had married out of necessity, and she had resented all she had left as a reminder of him, the spitting image of him, of another love she couldn't stop between the emperor of her time and another woman, the empress who had died during childbirth, and another blasphemous name she had taken care to scrub out of history. But ghosts aren't as silent as you think, and her greatest sin was about to haunt her. Tianyue, but to her, she would always be down there. The Empress Dowager's hand stilled upon the rim of her teacup as Yunhao entered the pavilion.
30 years ago, you killed her.
She was your greatest rival, she continued quietly, circling to stand behind Emperor Haoyu, who rose to greet her.
And you hated that she became a noble consort, rising in the ranks faster than you could scheme.
Her brother, Mingzu, entered with an official edict, a written order not from the king who stood beside her, but recognition from the entire imperial court, who could no longer turn a blind eye to the atrocities she had committed. The Empress Dowager scoffed as more officials entered the pavilion.
What is this? Do you all have nothing better to do than to badger an old woman? Is there not enough of a disaster to clean up within the inner palace?
There's much work to be done, but the greatest mistake
sits before us, Yunhao softly said. Come, let's take a small walk. Slowly, she led the procession of nobles and officials. The women of the imperial harem followed her too, the woman whom she had taught to fight, and in turn, they had learned to understand her, that a woman's value was not in the silk she wore or how well she danced and played the pipa. It was in her kindness and the way she stood in the face of adversity, never once straying from what she knew was right. The Empress Dowager stiffened. She knew where they were headed, as they marched closer and closer to the gates of the Gold Palace. Yunhao had led them through the barren courtyard, the soil too dry and brittle to support life. Past the entryway, dust still clung to the recesses neither her nor Ru Yi could reach. She led everyone all the way to the study, to the far room to the right, which held many books she had filled her days with reading, from Dancing with the Sword to the story of how Jing Wei tried to fill the sea. Everything was a moral in never giving up, to never stop trying. Everything had led her here to the final piece of the puzzle. The back wall of the study loomed before their grand procession. A gap between the shelves. Here, the plaster was different. The paint, though cracked, was still newer, a slightly different shade than the walls around it. She had never asked, but she did not need to. Yun Hao had figured it out for herself, from the ledgers cataloging the heartbreak herb that had killed her to what they did with the body after. She nodded to the guards flanking the officials.
Break it.
What are you trying to prove? That the answer to some of the greatest mysteries are sometimes right in front of our eyes. And sometimes, the most vicious serpents walk beside us. The entire inner court watched apprehensively as the guards repositioned the shelves, as the plaster gave way to brick, that this section of the wall had been double-lined, a vault against the dry, earthy smell akin to leather that permeated the air as it came crumbling down. There was a recess in the chasm created by the demolition. Salt laid where it was scattered upon the ground, likely to expedite the process. A pile of dried, hollow bones rested in a heap in the same space they had occupied decades prior. And still shimmering from where it had fallen was the other half of the pair, a brilliant lavender-card jade earring. The perfect match to the one hanging around the Empress Dowager's neck. The whisper of officials spread like wildfire. Jing Shu entered, no longer a consort, but still no less dangerous, ready to give her account of every wretched crime she had committed under the puppet strings of the Empress Dowager.
I'm not here to indict you for a crime you committed decades ago,
Yun Hao said, softly just for the Empress Dowager's ears.
I'm here to ensure that you never see the light of day again, for all the lives you've taken, and so that the woman I have come to love can finally know peace.
The gold chain around her neck snapped, and Yun Hao silently pocketed the jade.
Oh, and it must truly be a shame to have done all you could, and it was still never enough. You've always been last, haven't you? How does it feel? You killed your greatest rival, and he still fell in love and made someone else the Empress. The seat you only sat in because there was no one left to fill it.
The old woman shook in rage as Yun Hao turned her back to her. In truth, she did not need this rather dramatic display of solving the mystery. The corruption ran deep, and there was certainly enough evidence to bury the Empress Dowager in the paperwork alone. But this was personal. Perhaps justice through social sabotage was gratifying in its own way. Her lips curled in satisfaction as the heaviest book from the top shelf dropped on the foot behind her. The heavenly moon, an orchid of snow, the color of white had followed her everywhere in life, now even in death. She felt nothing as she watched them bury what was left of her body, of Tianyue. It felt like a lifetime since she had heard that name, but that was not her anymore. That name had died when she was Shui Lan now. She smiled wistfully as she recalled how her new name came to be. The memory of the little hand mirror in the potted orchid. She had thought it would reflect the moon from where Yun Hao stood, but she had taken what her name might mean rather literally. Her Xiaoyu, her spirited little storm cloud, always speaking before she could think, preferring to approach her foes with her fists rather than through diplomacy. She was the fierce cub of the great cloud leopard, the thunder general of the north. Her wit was just as sharp as her sword. She was fire and beauty forged into the greatest blade this nation would ever know. She was all this and more. Shui Lan watched as the clumsy holder of her heart tried, yet again in vain, to force her warrior spirit to bend into something more suited to the delicate nature of the rank she held. Embroidery was her mission for today, and poor Ru Yi was at the end of her rope trying to teach her heavy-handed mistress such a delicate craft. As she snapped the silken thread once again, the two of them laughed, already threading the needle to try anew. The fear of failure had never truly been a deterrent. It was just an opportunity to learn. After all, it was only really a loss if one gave up. But she could see that Yun Hao's heart wasn't truly in this menial task. She could see how her gaze would drift towards the windowsill, to the potted orchid plant whose petals had long since fallen. She was counting the hours until nightfall, when they would escape together to the realm of dreams, where they could claim the burning shared moments of affection harbored within their traitorous hearts. Desires neither of them dared to voice aloud. Shui Lan knew that this would be their undoing. It didn't matter that this was the most at peace she had ever felt, even when she was alive. The problem was, this feeling was shared. She could not bear to let Yun Hao waste her time alive, pining over someone who was already dead. She could see how Yun Hao would rather spend the rest of her life asleep, dreaming, instead of truly living her life to the fullest. She knew what must be done after watching her decline the Emperor's invitation to the Shishi festival, a grand banquet that was held in the Imperial Palace, featuring delicacies from all over the province, vintage fermented wines, and intricately crafted golden rice cakes. Yun Hao had wanted to spend it with her. Her eyes were alight as she mentioned the possibility of seeing fireworks from within the cold palace. She watched as she excitedly told her of all the festivities planned, of the great dances within the imperial halls, of the songs of stars that would be sung. These were all things she would not get to see if she spent her night upon the westernmost wall of the inner palace. So arrived the 7th day of the 7th month, the night when the Celestials had decreed it to be the time for two star-crossed lovers to meet in the sky after a year apart. It was only befitting that this was also the night when the veil between this world and the next felt the thinnest. Shui Lan could feel the change, and she knew it when she saw Yun Hao's gaze of pure wonder as her form came into view, filtered through the moonlight, resplendent, otherworldly, how they had both longed to see each other outside the world of dreams. And now here they were, together, high above the cold palace, while the noise of the festival and the lights that glittered along the river they overlooked would undoubtedly be there, just the same as they would be the next year. This moment would not be. It was delicate and fleeting as they looked at one another, a look of yearning, of all the things they left unsaid. Yun Hao shuddered as her fingertips passed through Shui Lan's, a reminder that some distances could not be reached. But just for tonight, they wanted to forget, just for a little while. Mischievously, she spun away from Yun Hao. Her steps were as light and weightless as she felt, and she danced. She leapt and she twirled, her motions mirroring that of the double swallow, her embroidered robes catching currents within the beat of the wind. She danced the legends of immortals, the songs of the harvest, and the grace and serenity that mirrored moving water. She danced and danced until she thought the heart she no longer had, the one that had ceased beating decades ago, would burst forth with all the adoration, all the love it could not, with all the adoration and all the love it could not contain. The moon's light began to wane, and so did this vision in white upon the walls of the palace. She turned to Yun Hao as her form began to fade, to finally say what it is they both felt. Her words, although caught in the ether between worlds, the sound unable to reach the land of the living, was still felt by the one they were meant for. Well, Aini. Yun Hao could feel a tear glide down her face as her love vanished with the fading moonlight. For the words she could feel in her heart, although she did not hear them, all the things she had never said, and the distance that could never be crossed. Even the lights of the festival seemed to fade. The clouds drifted gently against the night, leaving the top of the wall washed in a distant darkness. She never saw Shui Lan again, nor did she appear to her in her dreams. Yun Hao was left in disbelief at first, but one day turned into 2, then a week, then a month would pass. She cried over Shui Lan's absence. A year passed, and she was despondent, despite Ruyi's best efforts. She would stare blankly for hours at the windowsill, where the white orchid once flowered, waiting for it to bloom anew. She would linger upon the bridge of the capital, the ice-cold churning waters of the river below beckoning her towards the edge, her empty, hollowed gaze reflected back at her. She who was left alone to carry the sorrow. How she wished she could hate her. But she could not bring herself to do it. What of Ruyi? She was a servant, her most loyal maid. She could be sentenced to die with her mistress. What of her brother, whose position in court as a newly minted official was already unstable? Of her father in the north, who loved them both with an unshakable fierceness that could move mountains? She could not. No matter how much she cursed the distance of being the only one left, how she hated she was never asked or given a choice. No matter how much she longed to join her heart, she knew deep down Shui Lan had been right, that she had left because she wanted Yun Hao to truly live. She would not let her life be wasted. Trapped in a memory, lost in the land of the dead while still breathing, while she still had a lifetime ahead of her.
I would rather miss you than mourn you, Zhao Yu.
She could almost hear her say. And so, Yunhao wiped the tears from her cheek, not the first, and they certainly wouldn't be the last. She steeled herself for how Ruyi would fret over her, how she would ask a million questions about where she had been and why she didn't take an extra scarf with her, how she would brew her favorite tea and promptly send word to the kitchen for a warm, hearty meal. Yunhao had resolved to live, to do and see all there was, to eat the finest cuisine from this side of the kingdom and beyond, to learn a dance not of steel, but of fans. Who better to ask than Consort Min? She would learn about teas, about silk. She would finally beat Mingzi in chess. She would master embroidery. Her head was now full of dreams, to quell the ache, to fill the gaps left behind. She would do everything on her list, all of it and more. And when she lay down to rest one final time, when she was old and gray, still occupying the same worn-out corner of the cold palace many decades later, she would close her eyes with a smile. She was ready to see what lies beyond this world, for she had done all she wanted to do. She was ready to see her father atop his favorite steed, eyes gleaming as he raced through the northern plains. She could see her brother, ever the scholar, buried in books once lost to time. She would finally see her mother, a woman she had never met. But mostly, she would finally see her heart. She had waited, she had lived, and there she was at the end of it all, at long last, without any barriers between them. She met her at the gates of their shared palace, one that was no longer cold, but alive with a vibrancy bursting with everything they had wished for. As she met Shuilan's gaze, she realized that she had never truly left. She had been there with her the whole time, for her entire life. She was there when Yunhao had tried to learn archery, a fatal attempt for all parties involved. When she saw the prized Queen of the Night Moonflower bloom for the first time in winter, shocking the entire imperial court. How Yunhao had wailed over a sprained ankle after falling off the swing in the courtyard. To when she embarked on her first expedition to visit Princess Sheng in the southern kingdoms. She was there when the emperor elevated the consort of the clouds to be his imperial noble consort, only one rank lower than Empress Shu. Both of their weddings were lavish, grand affairs. Dignitaries from all over the nation would flock in droves to the capital to express their well wishes. If you had asked noble consort Yun if she ever dreamed of being an empress, she would simply scoff before asking who would want to bear the weight of a crown on top of 20 extra layers of phoenix robes. Preposterous. The real answer was much simpler. Not even the king of the nation held her whole heart. How could she wish to stand by his side as queen? How could she wish to stand by his side as queen? She loved and respected him deeply, but her true heart was somewhere she could not follow. Shuilan saw it all. No matter how many decades had passed, Yunhao would always find herself gazing towards the window at the same potted orchid, wishing and waiting for a sign. Even as plague and famine ravaged the capital, taking the life of Ruyi, her most loyal friend, when war broke out along the eastern front, breaking treaties, causing a siege that lasted months. Even when she caught wind that the emperor, the dragon of the rising sun, had died on the front lines. Shuilan watched in fear as Yunhao took up the mantle of leader to turn the tides of the war herself, her father's halberd strapped to her side. Her fear turned to awe as the clouded tigress waged campaign after campaign, silks abandoned for iron and steel. This was her love forged within the truth of her spirit, how she roared, fiercely tearing through foes with a splitting grin on her face. And when she returned, she rose to stand side by side with Empress Shu to help her raise her son, the next rising dragon of the kingdom. Under their reign, they ensured peace would ring out throughout the lands, for now and for many generations to come. From then until the last dawn, this was her legacy. Yunhao had lived, and yet through it all, she had yearned. Shuilan knew. She knew better than anyone, for she was there with her through the quiet, lonely nights. When Yunhao had closed her eyes for the last time, she was at peace, knowing what waited beyond was everything she had longed for and more. Shuilan was there to greet her, just as breathtaking as the day she last saw her. They continued together, hand in hand, passing the threshold of the gate towards the fields of lavender, pausing to admire the fields of eternity. There was no need to rush, after all. They had all the time in the world, and a lifetime of catching up to do. And that's the end.
Oh, so good.
Fuck. Okay, I snoozed my ads once, so I have ads in like 8 minutes.
That's
But
okay. They can come over
That
here.
I should be coughing. That was a lot. That was a lot of reading.
I'm still not recovered from whatever I had before, so that's why I cough a lot.
I recorded for too long yesterday. I was doing a lot of reading.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, it's tragic, Yuri, and then it wasn't. I was so happy.
It was a bit of both. I felt like it should be bittersweet.
It was
I'm
not
like,
bittersweet. I feel like
feasibly,
this is a
there's-
happy ending.
I'm like, feasibly, there's no way for them to be happy in the same lifetime, right? You have to wait.
That's okay. They got together in the end. It's fine.
They
It's,
did.
it's the same to
They
me.
they have eternity now.
You're so tired. Go to sleep, Torque.
It's over. You are free now.
Okay.
But there's author's notes.
I was gonna say
If any of
TLDR
you
notes
guys
given
are-
to me.
If any of you are interested in the history behind it, there's 2 pages of this crap.
I've been ready since like she told me that there were gonna
You
be
are
author
so
notes. So
funny.
I
Oh
love
my
the
God,
heights
okay.
of the seed shit. Okay, I don't know.
Okay, like I said before, this was going to be like a completely different story. It was going to be a modern AU. And then
then it wasn't.
I was reading a Daime
Oh.
novel. I was reading a Daime novel, and 2 of my favorite freaking songs came up. And dude, it changed my mind.
You get that
Can
flash.
I sing
you get
the
that
chorus
flash of inspo.
I did. Can I give you guys the chorus for these songs?
Sure.
I'm in desperate need.
I've never heard them.
You know I wanna be your destiny, so please just say hello. This love is haunting me, and I just need to know. And all the memories are keeping me awake at night. I'm still not over you, there's nothing I could do. So that's one. And the
Wait,
other
do you
one
sing these on
is-
karaoke?
I haven't, because they're actually out of my range.
Okay, I was like, I
I'm
feel
doing
like
it
I've
like
heard
a
this
full
song
scale
before.
lower.
Okay,
No,
okay.
they're popular on social media, and the other one is
okay.
Not Snow But You. So you probably heard covers of them.
That's fair. That's very probably yeah. Hi, CK.
But yeah. But so literally after I wrote the story, like when I was texting you about it, like the Monday that we were supposed to read it but we didn't,
Mhm.
I saw a reel describing like ancient Chinese romance.
Oh,
After I read it, I was like, oh my god, this is just the story.
that's
Just-
really funny.
So TLDR, ancient Chinese romance was just pure yearning, moonlit destiny, and emotional damage. Oftentimes, love was quiet. It wasn't in grand gestures. It was in remembering small things. The moon is a huge symbol of love within romantic literature and poetry. This was because regardless of the distance, you could still look upon the same moon. It became a symbol of deep longing, reunion, and remembrance, which is what I wrote.
Yup, yup. Literally everything there.
I felt validated when I read this. I was like, oh, it signed me the fuck up. This is literally what I just wrote.
I mean, you can always save the other one for another prompt. It's fine.
I barely followed the prompt for this one, but it's okay. It's okay. A little bit about some of the names that I chose.
Mhm.
Yun Hao means vast clouds, which is why I kept mentioning clouds in the names. It was so funny. So when I wrote the scene for her, like leaving her like a warm padded jacket, I was researching like what kind of brocade they would use, like what styles of clothing were like could be used at the time.
Mhm.
And the cloud brocade literally popped up. And
Oh.
I could not believe how fitting it was.
Oh, that's funny.
That's crazy. That I was like, that I did not plan it. I probably spent like the first 2 days of research literally just picking names too, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, I like this name. Let's go.
That's usually what I do. But oh my god. But there were so many people. I'm like, okay, but I need an entire court ranking system. So-
That's funny.
And it's bad. It's bad because, like, especially if you're nobility, you have multiple names. So, like, your given name is never what people are going to be calling you.
That's
Like,
fair.
when you gain a title, it's like you are the concubine of this thing. So everyone has like fucking 4 names, but it's too confusing, and I'm not going to sit there and do quadruple the research. So I'm like,
Yeah,
you
you were
really-
like, I'm gonna take the easy way out. It's fine.
that, and I think it's harder. It'd be harder to keep track of the characters too. So concubine Yun. I
Yeah.
left it at that.
Yeah.
Shui Lan means snow orchid, and Tian Yue is heavenly moon. And the handmaiden's name literally means as you wish.
I love that, actually.
Yeah. I wanted to pick a powerful name for Princess Shen of the South. And her father, General Lei, means thunder, and he is the cloud leopard, the great general of the north.
Hmm.
But yeah. I mentioned it one time, but I put it in here. Nuwa is the goddess who created humanity. So she's
Okay. I didn't know that.
swearing using her name
Yeah.
earlier. Let me see. Jing Wei Fills the Sea is an actual book. And it's about a girl who drowns, and she tries to raise the sea to prevent anyone else from sharing her fate.
Okay.
So it symbolizes perseverance, basically, in the face of insurmountable odds. I don't know if this is common knowledge. To me, it's common knowledge. The number 4
Yeah, I
is
knew that one.
notoriously
Mhm.
unlucky. Yeah. It shares the same. It's similar to the word for death. So many skyscrapers leave out the 4th floor, or they leave it unmarked in the elevator.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, it's like the 13th floor in the U.S. They just don't mark it.
That's a lie. There's a lot of places that do mark the 13th floor.
But like, it's that kind of superstition.
But yeah, I get that. Yeah. I feel like superstitions are like stronger in Asia than they are over here, though.
They are so freaking
Yeah.
superstitious, dude.
Mhm.
When I was researching, I was like, okay, but how deep do I want this rabbit hole to go?
Yeah, you're like,
And then dude, oh my god, I got on like a rabbit hole of Chinese proverbs. I'm like, how many of these do I want to throw in here?
Oh, that's funny. Going all the way. I know about Nuwa because I played her in a game called Smite, which is basically a god fight MOBA.
Yeah,
I know
exactly,
Smite. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, I know what Smite
Yeah,
is.
yeah. I found out Nuwa was also in Smite when I was researching it too. I was like, oh, you guys might know Guhona, which is the bird demon. It's in I almost said Mushoku Tensei. That's the Shin Megami Tensei.
I think it's into like a couple other things too.
Yeah, no, it's a very popular
Mhm.
demon. I
Yeah.
had to pick a demon that could disguise itself as a beautiful woman. That was the criteria to be the demon.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to use like a 9-tailed fox. I'm like, I wanted to do something else. So yeah. So Guho now is a bird demon that can shed its feathers and turn into a beautiful woman. Her favorite hobby is to snatch children at night. In the olden days, children's laundry had to be taken in before nighttime to prevent the demon from dotting with blood to mark her prey. That was the excerpt I found online.
That's really funny. It's wild.
The Shishi festival is basically Chinese Valentine's Day, so it's
Mhm.
the 7th day of the 7th month. And there's a whole myth that goes with it.
Ooh.
But it's like 2 star-crossed lovers. And these
Perfect
2
for
stars
you.
are brought together once a year. I actually did a whole report on this myth too, so it was cool to throw it in here. But yeah. So I was researching poison. I barely referenced it. It was going to be like a whole
Yeah,
thing.
I did catch that. I actually caught that in there. Heartbreak grass.
It was going to be a whole thing. I was going to have the Empress Dowager try to like kill someone in the same like way. So that's how Yunhao would have caught her in the act. But I was like, how feasible is that? I don't think she would use the same tactic
But also that would have
again.
made
So I just-
your novel or your story into a novel.
yeah. So I I don't know. I wanted to throw it in there because I had done so much research for a potential poison. So I
Yeah,
threw it in
yeah,
at
that's
the
fair.
end.
Hi,
But
Angelina.
this was supposed to be like the big reveal at the end. But yeah.
Wait, so hold on. What was it supposed to be? Like, oh, it was just that she used the
I just
heartbreak grass.
gave like a reason or like the murder weapon basically at the end.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Not that it didn't really matter in hindsight, but it's fine because like it's like a 30-year-old murder case.
Yeah, yeah.
At that point you can't really prove it. It's just like I guess the paperwork was still there because she still had to order, you know, whatever it was.
Yeah, yeah.
There's still like proof that it happened.
Still receipts.
But yeah. Apparently it's pretty common and they like have warnings about it like everywhere.
Oh.
Apparently
Oh.
it's still around. So
Well, yeah.
it's like deceptively not poisonous too. It's like a bright, happy yellow flower.
Oh, that's cool. Well, I mean, if you think about it, there's tons of poisonous flowers everywhere here, so it's like I
Yeah.
can imagine that it is the same over there. So
It melts your digestive system basically.
Oh
It causes
my
the intestines
God.
to turn black and stick together.
Oh,
It causes respiratory failure and paralysis.
That's
this stuff is
wild.
disgusting. Yeah, no, when I was looking it up, I was like low-key disgusted.
that's crazy.
But yeah. To me, again, this is common knowledge since they use it in literature all the time. Well, I name means I love you, but it's like you don't say this like willy-nilly. If that
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah.
It's like daisuki versus aishiteru.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was kind of
Mhm.
wondering was if it was like something that was like that, like the comparison.
Yeah. Originally, I was gonna have the Empress, like the Emperor had already chosen his Empress,
Mhm.
and like she was supposed to be like a chill side character, but then I couldn't fit her in basically.
Oh,
So
yeah.
she has been removed from the author's notes as of this morning. But
Aw.
I picked a name for her and everything too. But
Oh, but then
she
yeah.
did not
Okay.
make it in.
That's fair.
But these are the ranks. And I like how I had to put how many of them there were supposed to be. Not that the ranks are entirely full, but this is how many you're supposed to have. So there's
Yeah.
the Emperor. The Imperial Noble Consort is one rank below the Empress. There are 2 Noble Consorts, 4 normal consorts, 6 concubine, and you could have as many noble ladies as you want.
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah.
As many everyone else as you would want. But yeah. These are some of the names and the meanings behind them for some of the side characters. And we have 2 runner-up demons. It almost wasn't the bird demon.
Oh, like you just had like a couple demons and you're like, oh.
I had extra ones and I was like, I wasn't sure who would fit the bill better. This, I think, was the closest one, the painted skin ghost. And I think this one's more common in like literature. Like I see this one more often. It's like a ghost that eats people and then wears the skin of the victims. That's how they disguise themselves. But I was like, is that too gross? I felt grossed out researching it, so I was like, I think I'm gonna pick the bird demon, guys.
Yeah. I mean, you went pretty crazy with it. I had to I gave a warning because somebody came in just as you were describing it. I was like,
I mean, hey man, I give mine at the beginning.
Well, that's what I mean is like you gave it at the beginning, but like
Yeah.
they weren't here for the beginning. So I was like, I need to tell you.
It's
something.
getting graphic.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I actually think that that one would have been kind of cool, the painted skin ghost.
I thought so too, but I was like, I don't, because they're gonna find the body of Concubine Lee. So I was like, I don't know how I can do that if there's no. It's too gross. I'm like, then.
Well, I mean, but it could have eaten.
Then they would skin her, right? Because then it would just be like
Well, here's the
whatever's
question:
black.
Does it only eat the one that it's wearing, or does it go and eat other people too while it's wearing the one that it's like, you know?
I mean,
because you
the
could.
schematics don't really matter. It was like they were trying to instill fear into people, so I guess it didn't really matter.
But
It's
that's
more
what I'm
about
saying.
like sending a message.
I'm saying
I
like
guess.
they could still be wearing the skin of somebody that they ate like a week ago and still be eating other people.
That's true. I don't know. But yeah. That about covers the author's notes.
I love how
There
you
was
have
so
like
much research.
so many author's notes and research, and I'm just like over here willy-nilly.
Isn't that how it usually is?
It is, but I just
No,
think
I
it's
usually
really funny.
the only difference is I usually don't compile my author's notes, but there usually is
I have
this
zero.
amount of research.
I've done no research. I did one research, and that was to figure out if actually I was researching carriage houses because I wanted to know if carriage houses like in the West, like a long time ago, if people lived in them and like what other services they offered, which is why I said that her family had carriage houses and did smithing, because they did smithing in those as well sometimes. So that was the extent of my
Hey, it's research, man. I'm pretty sure almost every name that I've picked too has meaning within all the stories. Because I remember, like, for example, the Fae story.
Mhm.
His true name means the one who brings flowers, and he was born in a field of cosmos. I'm pretty sure, like, there's Easter eggs like that throughout the whole.
Gotcha.
Oh
See,
my
yours
God.
are
My
more like
whole
whimsical and more fun than mine. Like mine are just like, if something happens, it's sheer coincidence. Like I don't plan any of this shit.
I feel like the only thing that, like, it was a happy coincidence was the cloud brocade. Because
cloud
I had
brocade,
no
yeah,
idea
mhm.
this was a fucking thing until I researched it. I was like,
Which
dude,
is
her
really
name
cool.
literally has cloud in it. What the fuck?
That's good though.
It is good. It does not match the fashion I was picturing for this era, though. But I was like, you know what? Whatever.
But you know what? Whatever, it's fine. That's really funny.
Yeah.
We should probably start wrapping it up soon. We're done early.
We should. It's been 2
Actually, we're not even
hours.
done
I
early.
ran it too. I tried to read faster than I normally would. If that makes sense.
I didn't even notice if it was faster.
I
mean,
tried to read faster.
it's
So,
only
like less pauses.
We're actually done early, but we did start pretty early, so
No, we started a little like we got all the rolling around done before we actually started reading.
well, I mean, if you
Like
think
the
about it,
poll and the
when we start at the time, we usually yap for like half an hour to an hour before we even start the stories.
that's what I mean. Like
So,
we started
yeah.
actually started around the same time, which is good. It's good.
Yeah,
For today, 'cause
don't
my throat is killing me.
don't forget to share that Google Doc so I can do Patreon later.
It is in the thing. It
Okay,
should be
cool.
in the thing this time.
Cool,
Like
cool.
actually. Taboo.
Yeah, because my dogs are throwing a fit, so I have to. We should go find somebody to raid.
Should.
Hold on, let me. Almost see who's on. Oh, my pupper in the background being. Oh, actually, you know what I need to do first? I need to do. Hello? My bingo stuff.
Wait, okay, I missed something. I heard the notification. I don't know what it
Oh,
was.
you had somebody send.
K Materasu.
Yes.
TY for the cheer. And I thought there was something else.
And actually. Okay, so there's no other thing I can do for bingo. If you have a bingo thing, do your votes now. Do your votes now or forever hold it in, I guess. I don't know.
Hold it in. Keep it together, chat.
Keep it together. Okay. Should go raid this Kit person. They're pretty cool.
God, I have work tomorrow. I don't even know what we would do. I don't even know what we're gonna do tomorrow. My whole plan was to go play Unite, my biannual bout of Unite Obsession. Apparently they're getting really scummy with their monetization. That's nothing new, but like apparently it's really, really fucking bad.
Ooh.
So it makes me not want to play Unite. So I don't know what we're gonna do, guys. If you have something you want to suggest, let me know. I don't know what to do.
We might raid Lexi. We haven't raided Lexi for like ever.
Wait, I feel like we usually do, but I will not complain. There are no complaints
Actually,
here.
no. Lately, we've been raiding the old dude. Almantas. The grandpa VTuber.
Yeah.
We've done that like 2 or 3 times. Yeah, we haven't raided Lexi for like a month.
We have not streamed
In 2
a
weeks.
while. Well,
in 2 weeks.
It's like 3. It's like 3.
I know it feels like 3, but I mean, it's been 2 weeks. Because we didn't do last Monday and we didn't do the Monday before. So.
Speaking of which, I have a con on the 18th
Bitch, calm down. I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Busy.
The what of July? 18th?
Somewhere on that.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, we'll figure that out later.
I have vacation scheduled, so there's a con in the middle of July,
Yep.
and I'm gone for Worlds, for Pokemon. I'm.
Wait, what are the dates to the what is we're not going to be streaming?
This is a good question.
It's good to talk about it now, get people prepared for it, and then
August 28th, I think, to the 30th, I'm going to be gone, so I'm not going to do that.
August 28th?
August 28th to the 30th.
Oh, so that Monday.
So I'm going to be,
so the
I don't
27th.
have time to write. Yeah.
Okay.
Is basically it.
Are you going to be here the 20th?
Saturday?
Probably.
Wait,
was that
hold on,
wrong month? 20th is a Monday.
Am I stupid? Wait, that's August, right?
Oh, no, I'm stupid. I'm looking at July. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm like, that's a
Thursday. It'd be the 24th? Yes.
I think so. If I got the dates right, it should be fine. I just can't write for that week, so I need an extra week.
I mean, what we could do is we could just yap.
That's true.
We don't have to have a story done. Or other people could write their stories and then we could just use it as filler.
Exactly. We have things to do to fill in the gaps. Don't worry.
Yeah. Oh, well, so basically, Kit, there's going to be at least one Monday where we will not be doing stories. Probably 2.
At least 2. Like, actually planned? Yeah. July and August, I am busy.
Man, stop touching grass, man.
I don't know how so to get tickets to Worlds, because it's an SF and there's such a high like volume of people wanting to go.
Yeah.
You have to enter like it's like a random drawing, basically.
Oh, a draw. Yeah. Okay,
I don't know
how
I don't know how the fuck we got tickets.
Lucky.
But the dome sold out though. I can't even watch the championships. I'm just going to shop.
There are worse things.
What are we looking for, Kit? I don't know. At least give me something to yap about if you guys just want me to yap tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Kit has no itinerary for tomorrow and you need to come up with it for her. I will not be doing anything tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow's my day off.
Exactly. So I will be here to entertain whoever.
Tomorrow is my sole day off in the week of me not doing anything. So I'm gonna take it and work on my book. Okay.
It's so bad. I just want to. Oh my god. Spawn clips, do stream stuff. It's so. Oh my god.
I mean,
I've been putting everything else on the back burner too. Like I am in desperate need to clean my room, and it's not happening.
Cleaning your room is overrated. Okay, should we start the raid for Lexi?
Yes.
Let me know when you're ready to press the button.
3, 2, 1, go.
Did it. We're gonna raid Lexi! I love you all. I hope you have a good night. Good rest of your day, your morning, your whatever, your stuff. I'll put everything in the Discord. We will make another prompts. I'll make another thing for prompts, and you can do more prompts, and we'll do this all over again on Monday.
I'm writing a poem. I hope you all know I'm writing a fucking poem.
Do it. Write a poem. Our first poem. You should write the first poem.
Oh my god.
It'll be great. It'll be fine.
Happy Pride Month.
You'll
Yeah.
try to find something to yap about. Please do.
Oh, we will.
Like, please
I mean,
do.
we don't need anything to yap. Like, we could just, man, we can yap forever on nothing, on absolutely about nothing.
I need an agenda tomorrow. I need to figure out what I'm doing tomorrow.
Yeah,
Like, we
not
can't
me.
just
Well, I'm not
collab all the
yapping. I'm not
time.
yapping.
Come on, guys.
I can be like watching and yapping from the sidelines, but I will not be participating in the stream.
I know. I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do.
You should find something to yap about.
I've been on hiatus for so fucking long. I don't.
Okay. Anyway,
I don't
we
know
should press the button. We should press the
Anyway.
button. She'll figure it out tomorrow. We'll be doing stuff in the Discord. We have a Patreon, all the stuff. We love you. We're gonna go raid Lexi. Goodbye.
That's so funny because I already pushed the button, but okay. I pushed the button before the intro. That's so funny.